Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who considers a silver medal a participation award, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Christmas Eve of weekdays, and it's almost Christmas Eve. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you had a great day, and we hope to elevate it a little even more here at Nite tonight. If you had a crummy day, that's okay too. Hopefully, we can have a few laughs together, some insightful conversations, and turn this day around. Fun show tonight. Great guests. Another good question. I think we got a good holiday movie, Christmas movie question tonight, and talk a little bit about re-gifting. Is that okay? A lot of people say it is now. And Conrad's got a story about waking up sweaty. We'll get to that in just a moment. That'll be fun. Conrad Krieger is here tonight. He has not taken a powder yet, so he's still on the other side.
There's still time. There's still time to take powders.
Listen, you're lucky I don't take a powder, because if I take a powder, you're in big trouble, pal.
Yeah, I could do it.
What would you talk about?
Sports.
There's not enough of that on the radio. You know what? You and Mike Clemens and that Casca character, I'll tell you sports guys something. It's fun to have you as part of the show.
Yes.
Sports is entertainment. We love sports. Hey, we got a fun thing tomorrow night, too. That's going to be a lot of fun with Parker and Gray, your pals from Make the Call. It's going to be 3 Packer fans and 2 Bears fans.
Yes.
Because we are in Wisconsin. We'll be the underdogs.
I'll say this, we like to look at the stat sheet.
Oh, really?
We're Packers fans, but we're realistic about it, We're not just going to be like, Packers going to win.
Okay.
By 50 points.
Okay.
we're going to be realistic. We're always, to Make the Call, we're realistic about it, but we have fun,
It's weird because it's like sports opinion shows are almost more fun to me. I like when a guy is willing to make a prediction. Like, I don't want to put Mike Clemens on the spot because he's a reporter and he's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
And he might do that once in a while. Mike's a fun guy to get, Jimmy as well. They're both outstanding reporters. Not that you guys aren't. I'm sure you guys are too, but Make the Call is basically just giving your opinions, right?
Yeah, it is all opinions. Sometimes I just go in there and, just talk about what I'm going to be thinking about for these games, Gray has some stats. He has some spreadsheets.
Oh, boy.
He has about 3 each week that he did just, stats and stuff. And Parker and I just kind of go in there winging it.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, it'll be fun to talk stats. And you Packer fans always have a ton of stats about the Bears and how long we've not had a quarterback and how you took the lead over the last 30 years. The Bears had a commanding lead, and now the Packers have a commanding lead. That'll be tough, too. What are the Packers up by, like 10 games?
Something like that. Yeah. It's
not insurmountable, but it's from where they were 30 years ago to that's a huge swing, right?
Oh, yeah. A couple weeks ago, I wasn't completely sold on Caleb Williams. I'm definitely getting there.
Yeah, he's interesting. There was this rumor, I won't dominate with Bears talk, but there is this rumor that Joe Burrow wants out of Cincinnati. And in a couple of the Chicago bloggers said, should the Bears pursue Joe Burrow? Is he more suited to Ben? I don't know. Because Burrow, wasn't he an MVP or an MVP candidate? Took his team to the Super Bowl either his rookie or second year or something like that?
I'll say this. Joe Burrow with a competent offensive line is...
Correct. He's never had that.
No.
And that's a sin. That guy is good. And I was like, man, if you put him with Ben Johnson behind that line, I love Caleb. He's fun, he's exciting, but half the time at the end of the game, he's bailing them out because they either drop passes or he missed an open guys from the pocket earlier. So he's getting better. Yeah. He's only in his first year with Ben Johnson. I do think he already is good. I do think he could be really good.
And this is what I think. Ben Johnson, incredible coach.
Yeah.
If Justin Fields had Ben Johnson, I think Justin Fields will still be the quarterback there.
Justin Fields, that's interesting you say that. He still has not had a really good coach.
It's funny because everyone thought that Aaron Glenn was going to be just as good as Ben Johnson.
Oh, real? Oh, right, because he was the defensive coordinator in Detroit.
And the Jets just still don't have pieces that they need.
Yeah.
The Bears got the pieces.
That's a big part of it.
They're still a couple pieces away from I think Super Bowl contention, but
Yeah, for sure. And now the rumor, God, I was looking at Myles Garrett last week when we played those guys. That guy is a good dude. Like, he's a monster on the field.
Yeah.
But you hear he's mic'd up and he's talking with the other players. Like, he was even cool to Caleb Williams and the rookie he was going against online. I love Myles Garrett. He would be another Micah Parsons if a team could pry him away from Cleveland.
He has right now, since he's trying to break the sack record this year.
Yeah.
And he has the number written on both of his wristbands.
Oh,
I believe it's 15 or something like that.
15?
No.
What do you mean?
For the sack record.
He needs, I know this because we just played them. I just did what you did. I said we.
Yeah, there you go. You're part of the team.
Part of the team. He is 1 sack away or 1.5 sack away?
Yeah, so like the number, not
1.5.
Yeah, he is
1.5.
No, like I'm saying, like the full number of sacks. You know what I mean?
No,
not the number he needs to get to that number.
Okay.
The full number. You get what I'm saying?
Well, the record is 22.5.
Okay, so he has
21.5. I think.
I forget what number he has. The written number.
Yeah.
On his wristband, and that's scary for a quarterback.
Right. But here's an interesting thing that we can tie to Wisconsin. Brett Favre, I remember when he just kind of took a dive.
Yes.
And gave Strahan the record because they were buddies or he liked him or respected him or whatever. And at the time, I thought that was one of the coolest things. And I loved Favre's game. I loved watching him play. But now I don't know. I feel kind of bad for the guys that had the record. It's like, well, this is a gift wrap sack to Strahan.
Yes.
I kind of feel differently about it now.
I don't know if I forget who, Mark something, the guy who had the record.
Gastineau.
Did you ever see that video of him pressing Brett Favre?
Maybe.
He said, he went up to Brett Favre and said, "Hey, how's it going? I want that sack back." And Brett Favre's like, "What?" And then you actually got mad and it's like, "I want that sack back."
Yeah.
Why did you take a dive?
And you wonder if Favre, having some distance from it, thinks, I kind of, like, you're affecting history. You're not just being a good guy.
I don't think Brett Favre has any remorse.
Probably not. Yeah, I doubt it. You ripped off a charity. He probably doesn't. But, TJ Watt, JJ Watt, couple Wisconsin dudes, they're right up there with the sack lead. And, it should be interesting. But anyway, we got off on a major. But that's tomorrow night, folks. We'll have Bear Packer talk. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tonight at 5:35, we're going to talk about another very popular sport.
That's correct.
Sweeping the state, at least in Oshkosh, the World Snowshoe Championships. That's happening this weekend. And is it the World, Con? We've got...
I believe it's World Snowshoe Championships.
Yeah, our guest is Matt Doherty. He is the director of North Country Sports, and he'll be here to talk about this really cool event in Oshkosh. It's either the World or the Regional Snowshoe Championships. And I got to be honest, I've snowshoed. It's exhausting. Like, I'd almost rather try to run from Myles Garrett. I lied.
Wow.
Snowshoeing is tough. Like, and if they're having a race... Anyway, we'll talk to Matt. It'll be really fun to learn more about that. It's Thursday, which also means it's the popcorn pick of the week. Madison-based singer, songwriter, and filmmaker James Runde. He's been on the show before. He'll be here to make the popcorn pick of the week at 6:35, and then in the 7 o'clock hour, we've had this band on before called Radio for Pets. They're a punk band. Most of the members are from the Marinette Menominee area, which you've ever been to the Marinette Menominee area, you don't go, cool punk bands come from here. But they do. Radio for Pets, I think some of them live in Green Bay now, but Sam is a member of Radio for Pets, and he's going to be here tonight to talk about his new comedy troupe in the third hour. And, if he brings a guitar, we'll let him play it. We'll see what happens. But Sam's always fun. He'll be here at 7:20. So there's your show. Lots of fun tonight. What is going on? Let's do the question. All right. It's the Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
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 Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question. Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Who is your favorite character in a Christmas movie? What character is your favorite from a Christmas or holiday movie? There are a few Hanukkah movies out there. What was the Adam Sandler one? 8 Crazy Nights or something like that?
Yes, that's actually a pretty funny movie.
It is funny. So let us know if you have a holiday movie that you think is you have a favorite character from. Please share that with us. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app, or you can drop us a stream comment if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X. We welcome all comments, and there are no right or wrong answers, folks. There are only your answers. Let's have some fun with this one. I haven't even... It's a busy day. Initially, by default, I'm going to say Clark Griswold, because even though we've talked about that movie quite a bit this week, it's not maybe a great movie. It's a funny movie. It's like comfort food. But frankly, like in The First Vacation, it's Clark Griswold's story. So I'm going to say Clark.
I mean, that's a great one.
Yeah. I'm guessing you might say the same thing because that's one of your favorite.
It is, but I'm going to say it's two characters, actually.
Okay.
The Sticky Bandits.
The Wet Bandits?
Or the Wet Bandits, sorry. The Sticky.
You're confusing that because of the tar. I think they use tar in the...
Well, I put that on the social, so that was wrong, but...
Boy, you know what? That's a good one, too, the Wet Bandits. And I also, I want to say overall Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life, but I'd have to probably say... I'll stick with Clark. But the Wet Bandits, that's a good one.
Do you remember their move after every time they hit a house?
Yeah, they turn the water on. Yeah. But one of them did that. The other one didn't like... Pesci didn't like that, right?
No, he didn't
He
didn't like the Wet Bandits either.
Right. But that still the scene where he steps on the nail and you just see it coming, and then you see Daniel Stern's face, and it sinks in how much pain he's in. It's just such a beautiful moment.
I'd say also the spider, the tarantula on his face.
The scream.
The
best movie
the
scream
moments
ever.
Before he screams is hilarious. Like,
Gorgeous.
he just is like, what's on my face?
Yeah, it's great. I'm going to have to give that a rewatch. I haven't watched that in a couple of years. So, all right, let us know, folks. Who is your favorite character from a Christmas movie? And we will we'll make you part of the show. That's the fun part. What happened? You woke up really sweaty today. Tell me more about that. That sounded intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've had problems with my heat before. Like, in the summer, I couldn't turn it off always, so it was always kind of like there, and it was hot in my apartment in the summer. Until finally, I called the maintenance man, and he's like, flipped a switch, and I was like, anyways, well, it's on, and I woke up sweating this morning. It's like, what's going on? I haven't. Usually it's not that warm when I wake up. So I go to the thermostat, and it's at 85 degrees in my apartment. And it's my heat's set to like 64 or something like that.
So what's the deal?
I don't know. So I'm like, what's going on? So what I did is I just opened all of my windows, turned on a fan in the winter.
You turn on a fan with the windows open because you had to. You would have sweated to death in December in Wisconsin. And your parents would have had a tough time explaining that.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got news, sports, and weather coming up at the bottom of the hour, folks. I'm going to tell my sweaty heat turning up story, too, after the break. I'll tell you what happened there. And then we'll talk some regifting, too, and a giant Santa. People put a huge Santa in their yard, and the neighbors, as you can imagine, had an issue with it. But all that is coming up after this very short break. It's a fun night. Glad you're here. Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network. Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Night Light on a Thursday. It is a popcorn pick of the week night here at Night Light. James Runday will make the pick tonight. He is a Madison-based musician and filmmaker, and tons of fun. And in just a few minutes, we'll have the news coming up, and then after that, we'll have we're going to have some World Snowshoe Championship talk. The whole event takes place in Oshkosh this weekend. I believe, more accurately, Brillion, Wisconsin. But we'll have Matt Doherty here. He will tell us all about the event. It sounds like an absolute gas. All right, so you were telling your story about, so you have no idea how your heat got up to 85 degrees last night.
No idea. Because it wasn't that warm. I mean, it was still warm. It was like 78 in my apartment before I went to bed.
Well, that's warm, too.
Yeah, it already was warm, so I turned it down to like 64. So I assumed that, when I woke up, it'd be 70-ish.
Yeah.
But no, it went up, which made no sense to me.
But the landlord, you told him, I assume, and he's going to look into it, or she.
Well, I'm only there for another week, so.
So I might as well sweat off a few pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my hot story. All right, I was at a party one summer. It was, all right, this is Chicago, probably 1995, the warmest summer. Like 300 people died that summer because of the heat. It was horrible. Very hot summer. And my pal Joe Bardetti had a barbecue. It was a party, and some kind of weird thing where you put a fish on the wall and you threw something at the fish. It was this crazy theme party. No idea. And so my friend Rich Brown, who's been on this show before and sworn a couple times on the air, he and I thought it'd be really funny if we turned Joe's heat up. So we turned his heat up to like 90 degrees or whatever. I thought it's summer. They probably have the heat off anyway. So, and then we forgot about it. We hung out at the party. It was mostly outside anyway. And I went home and I was telling my brother what I did. And he goes, well, that's pretty stupid. He goes, he could die of blah, blah, blah. And he throws some medical term at me. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So I called Joe's apartment and I get his answering machine. I go, Joe. And then I realized, don't say your name, because if he's already dead, you're going to implicate yourself. So I thought, we got to go down there. Let's go. I got to go. And I had a couple drinks. I didn't want to drive. So my brother, Tim, got in the car with me, 2:00 in the morning. We drive back I lived on kind of the northwest side. We drove down into Lincoln Park to Joe's apartment. And I walk up to the window, and the window is open slightly, like 3 inches. And I walk up, and the heat is pouring out of his apartment.
Oh, no.
So I'm banging on the door, and I'm going to the window, and I'm like, Joe, and I'm yelling. Finally, he was pretty lit when he went to sleep, but he gets out, he stumbles, his shirt was just like drenched in sweat.
Oh, my.
And he comes to the door, and I go, I am really sorry. I played a joke on you, and I turned your heat way up, but I didn't want you to die, so we drove back down. Open your windows, turn on your AC, whatever. And he didn't have AC, but he just looked, he put his arm around him. He goes, oh, you're a pal. He goes back to bed. We drove back home. But he's like, it's the drunk mentality. Oh, Pete's a great guy. Yeah, he almost killed me. He drove back, but he almost killed me. So
great friend.
Don't mess around with the heat. Because I didn't think in the summer you'd think they'd turn it off, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, Conrad. So here's the thing. Have you ever re-gifted, Con?
Actually, I don't think I have.
I mean, I think it's considered.
Maybe, well, I guess with white elephant gifts, I've probably done that for,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't use the product
right
in a year. So I'm like, might as well just.
Well, today is National Regifting Day. And I think it's become more. And regifting, not to be confused with giving someone a used gift, is just you don't really take it out of the package. You just wrap it again and you give it to them, like in old school.
Yeah.
When Will Ferrell rewrapped the toaster and gave it back to Luke Wilson. And he goes, actually, I gave this to you, Frank, for your wedding. So why don't you keep it? And Will Ferrell's like, he goes, okay, I will. He goes, I hope you like it. I love it. He just regifted it. So apparently the phrase regifting was coined on Seinfeld in 1995. I thought it was around before that, to be honest. But Elaine regifted a label maker for Tim Watley, played by Bryan Cranston. But now they're saying a new poll found that most Americans, 61% are okay, somewhat okay with regifting. 22% are solidly behind regifting. And this is interesting because giving something used, regifts rank lower than used gifts. 64% think secondhand gifts are okay. And I'm one of them. I don't really care. I'm at a point where I don't want more stuff anyway. The world has too much stuff that just goes into huge garbage piles. I'm okay with that.
What if they re-gift experiences?
Yeah, because that's my thing. If there was a way you could do that, I'd be totally fine with it. Let's recreate an experience.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Honey, let's pretend it's our first date. Go back to the bedroom. Come on, let's go. It's a re-gift. It's a re-experience. Used socks, though, obviously you don't want used socks. But like a book or something?
Yeah.
I'd take a book or a...
Yeah, if you've read it already, you're like, well, I'm not going to read it again, so...
The pages aren't missing. Give me a book, a Viva la book. That would just mean I have to start reading again. Okay, so we've got our question of the night, folks, is who is your favorite character from a Christmas movie? I said Clark Griswold. Conrad said the Wet Bandits from Home Alone. Well, he said the Sticky Bandits. We corrected that and moved on. It's the Wet Bandits. So let us know, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. We're going to talk World Snowshoe Championship coming up after the news, which is next. You got news, sports, and weather, some snowshoe talk. Then it's the popcorn pick of the week. We are off to a great start, and I am so glad you're here, folks. We are coming right back. We're coming right back, right?
I think so.
We both can't take a powder.
Well, during 5 minutes, yeah, we could.
We can take a short powder. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and then Sam Wargula coming up in hour number 3 to talk about his new comedy troupe. So we got snowshoeing, movies, comedy, covering all the bases. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Ride like a 747 and you lose yourself in the sky among the clouds in your heaven cause. Let this groove, light up the fuse, it's alright, alright, alright. Let this groove, set in the shoes of stand up, alright, alright. Let me tell you what you can do with my love. Oh.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Our question of the night is, who is your favorite character from a Christmas or holiday movie? Let us know, and we will make you part of the show. That's what we like to do here. Always more fun when you guys participate. We have a judo champ coming on the show tomorrow, Con.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Here's what I think is cool. He's coming on over the stream, though, because if he's here in person, it could get ugly. Like, if he took me down, what would we do?
I'd cheer him up.
Would you have my back?
No, I'd cheer him up.
Yeah. You're going to be taking a long powder, buddy. All right, we are going to turn our attention here to a really cool event happening in the Oshkosh area this weekend. It's my pleasure to welcome to Nightlight for the first time. He's the director of North Country Sports and here to discuss this fantastic event, the World Snowshoe Championships. Matt Doherty, welcome to Nightlight.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. How are you tonight, Matt?
We're doing great.
Do you think the interview is going well so far?
I give it a solid B plus so far.
Oh, come on, aim higher than that. We're gonna crush this thing. It's good to have you. Before we start, I have to ask: do you have a favorite character from a Christmas movie?
Boy, it's really hard. I have young kids at home, so it's hard to say that there's much better than Elf right now.
Yeah. The kids love Elf. That's a great choice. Yeah. All right, fantastic. Okay, so for those who aren't familiar, Matt, give us a little background on the Snowshoe Championships. And if you don't mind, maybe a little history about snowshoeing. I think we all know what it is, but how did it come to be and how did it become a competition?
Yeah, so I think I'll start there. Like snowshoeing, it's actually one of the older sports that exists in the whole world. And it was one of its biggest things is that social clubs would get together and race on snowshoes, especially 1800s through the early 1900s. So through Canada and Europe, social clubs were based around snowshoeing. So they would host races and other events with snowshoes. So it's been around for a real long time. And it's now morphed into like a modern sport. It's running with these fancy racing snowshoes attached to your feet on, groomed and ungroomed snow throughout the world.
Wow. So it's basically just a race. You're running as best you can with snowshoes on.
Yeah, it's just a running race.
That sounds really exhausting. Just being honest. When I was a kid, my grandpa had a pair of, at our cottage in Three Lakes, he had a pair of the old style snowshoes. They almost look like tennis rackets or like with wicker or something. Yeah. And I know recently, about 10 years ago with my kids, I rented snowshoes and they've come a long way. And my grandpa's were like purely decorative. I don't think he ever did any snowshoeing, but I imagine now they're like state of the art. Like, are they more metal and like cleats almost?
Yeah, you can get them made out of just about anything now. There's carbon fiber ones, there's metal ones, there's ones made out of like a soft plastic. So there's a wide variety of racing snowshoes available. But people do use like a more traditional snowshoe that you could, just pick up.
Oh, did we lose Matt? Matt? We might have lost Matt. We'll see if we can get Matt back. This event is at the Arians Nordic Center, and it starts today, actually. It looks like it starts today and goes through Sunday. So, technically it's in Brillion, Wisconsin, on Round Lake Road. And it is free for guests. You can participate. You do have to register. I don't know. When we get Matt back, we'll find out if we can still register. But it's from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So this is interesting. I have half a mind to show up and see how I do.
I wouldn't bet any money on good old Pete.
You're taking a lot of shots at me tonight, Conrad. Maybe I'll have the judo champ come in here tomorrow night and take you down. What do you think about that?
Are you going to cheer him on?
No, because I'm a human being. I don't like confrontation between people. I'm a lover. I'm a bridge builder. So we'll try to get Matt back out. Was he StreamYard or phone?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like I want to ground you. Like I want to send you to your room. Maybe I should send you to the break room. But then I got no one.
Well, then, yeah, I don't know what are you going to do
See, that's
for
the rub.
breaks? Or...
I don't like that. So I feel at a serious disadvantage. But Conrad needs an attitude adjustment tonight, folks. If you have suggestions, feel free to weigh in on the text line. We heard from Chris Casper, who says his favorite, and we're going to get a lot of these, Buddy the Elf is his favorite Christmas movie character. That's a great one, Chris. And that's what Matt just said, too. I think maybe Matt took a powder. Oh, Conrad's moving into action. Monica from Mount Horeb in the 608 says, Will Ferrell plays his character Buddy in Elf flawlessly, but so does Alastair Sim as Scrooge in the 1951 version. That version has always been my favorite. So you're okay, that's not a remake. She's talking about Scrooge. Okay, Monica. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Obviously, I've seen A Christmas Carol, and Scrooge is a great story. And I'm not surprised someone said Scrooge. That's a good answer, too. Brett in Brown Deer in the 920 says, I got to say my favorite character in a Christmas movie is John McClane in Die Hard. I thought we were going to get a Die Hard one, too. John McClane, that's a great answer. And technically, or not technically, most people consider Die Hard a Christmas movie. I could go either way on that one, but I'll accept that. Thank you, Brett. Good answer. So we're trying to get our guest Matt Doherty back on the blower or on the stream. He got cut off. We were talking about World Snowshoe, the World Snowshoe Championship, which is this weekend. It's a multi-day event in Oshkosh, and I have to say I'm very curious because snowshoeing sounds very tough. It's not like skiing where you just kind of slide. This sounds like a ton of work. I found this earlier, Con. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but do you know how a lot of people in Japan celebrate Christmas?
By going to KFC.
You've heard this.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? What do you make of that?
I've heard that it tastes better in other
Japan?
places because they don't use so many other stuff, additives.
It's like healthy fried chicken?
I don't know about healthy, but
Yeah.
protein, I believe we got Matt back.
Do we have Matt?
I'm here.
Hey, Matt, there you are. Good to have you back, buddy.
Thanks.
So let me ask you this: Are you a snowshoer yourself? I would assume you are.
I was in my youth up through college. And
Okay.
yeah,
But do you still own a pair?
I still own several pairs of racing snowshoes.
Wow. How did you do? So you've obviously raced. How did you fare?
I was a fairly competitive at the higher end of racing, won a lot of races, North American championships and stuff. But this is all the way back in the 90s, so I'm an older man now.
You got a young voice, dude. You do not sound old. You sound like you could get out there and tear it up.
Appreciate that. It's very
Sure.
kind.
How did this event come to be, Matt? Like you said, a competitive snowshoeing is kind of old, but how did this event in Oshkosh, the World Championships, what claim can we make to that here in Wisconsin? Because I think this is a perfect place for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so the World Snowshoe Championships annual event, and it travels all around the world. Last World Championships were in Spain. They're held in Italy.
Oh, okay.
So as a sports council, we bid on the event and looked for the best places to bring it in the United States. And one of our connections is with the Aaron's Nordic Center. And we thought it's just the perfect fit. I mean, Wisconsin's a great place to bring a group of people to have a fun party, race snowshoes, and enjoy winter.
So where are you based out of?
We're based out of Saranac Lake, New York, which is just outside of Lake Placid, which hosted the 1980 Winter Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. So what is, in terms of crowds, Matt, do people go and cheer people on?
Absolutely, yeah. There'll be crowds.
Cool.
It's a fun place to come watch. Food trucks there, so.
So where can people find out more information about this, Matt?
aaronsnordic.com.
Okay. Very cool. And it says it's free for guests, but it does require participation registration. Where is that all on the website as well if someone wanted to race? And is it too late for people to race?
Yeah, it's still on the website for registration, and you can definitely register. And Sunday is a Santa ski race and Santa snowshoe race. So if you want to come and just have a fun race at your own pace, you can jump in that race.
My guest is Matt Doherty. He is the director of North Country Sports, and he's here to discuss this fantastic event, the World Snowshoe Championship, which is taking place in Brillion, Wisconsin, this weekend. Matt, tell people what the first prize is. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so there's a combined prize purse this weekend for there's the U.S. Championships, the World and an Open Championships. That's over $16,000.
That's impressive. And then it says there are prizes for top finishers across all races. Like if I enter this weekend and I surprise people, what can I expect to walk away with?
There's different awards for different races. A medal for the top three, all of the top three, and the overall winners get trophies as well as um, a check if you're one of the top three overall.
Okay. And is there like a party or anything afterwards?
Yeah, there's a banquet tomorrow night and fireworks on Saturday night at 8:30.
Oh, that's fun. Have you been to Wisconsin before, Matt?
Yeah, I've been to Wisconsin many times.
Okay. How do we stack up as far as winter sports go?
Wisconsin's a great state for winter sports, and it's one of the states I think that's got incredibly high hospitality, and you guys are ready to have fun.
That sounds great. Well, I love this event. It sounds great. I wish you luck with it, and be safe out there to people. Don't pull a hammy. Matt, before I let you go, I ask a lot of guests this. We talk about movies and TV a lot here. Do you have is there something you're binge watching that you could recommend?
Binge watching right now. There's that new Apple TV series is Down Cemetery Road. I can't get enough of it.
Oh, that's so great to hear that, because I started the pilot and I got about 20 minutes in and I got distracted and I haven't gone back to it yet. How far into it are you?
I think I'm on episode 6. Yeah.
Okay.
It heats up after the first episode. Get through the pilot and it's really good.
Outstanding. Great to know. Matt, good luck with everything this weekend, and stay safe out there.
All right. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, that's Matt Doherty. If you're interested in this event, folks, participating or just watching, it sounds like a lot of fun. It's in Brillion, Wisconsin this weekend. It starts today, actually. I should have asked him, actually, if there was like an opening ceremony or something, and it goes through the weekend. So it sounds like a lot of fun, and it's free. You just have to register, and there's a $16,000 first prize.
That's a lot of sawbucks.
That's a lot of sawbucks, and that's a lot of new snowshoes, Conrad. I think you reinvest in yourself if you win that.
So we got a text from Brett in Brown Deer,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "I've had KFC in Thailand." I don't know why I had trouble with that. The chicken is exactly the same, but the sides are weird. No potatoes, so they have a quiche-like thing and some other stuff I've never seen before.
Wow. Okay,
Are you trying to KFC quiche?
No. I mean, and their potatoes aren't great, but I don't know. If I go to KFC, I want the slaw. They have great coleslaw, and I gotta have potatoes with my chicken.
When I was younger, I didn't like much from KFC. I just liked the skin of the chicken.
The healthy part of the fried or the original recipe?
The fried.
Oh, man. You're probably still working that off. All right, this is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight, folks. We're coming right back, and when we come back, what should we do, Con? We got funny clips.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
We got some stuff to talk about, and I'm going to tell everybody what is opening at the box office this weekend, because there are a ton of films out there. We'll do all that next. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I really wanna know you. I really wanna go with you. I really wanna show you, Lord, that it won't take long. I get so lost sometimes.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Night Light, a Thursday night edition. We make the popcorn pick of the week and give you a movie recommendation at 6:35 tonight with James Runday, Madison-based filmmaker and musician. We've got news, sports, and weather coming up in just a few minutes. And our question of the night is, who is your favorite character from a Christmas movie? I think Buddy the Elf is in the driver's seat so far. Brett from Brown Deer also, he commented on how Kentucky Fried Chicken is so big in Japan around Christmas. That's their meal of choice, or at least for some people. Brett says, no slaw and no corn. I could do without the corn, but I got to have slaw with that chicken. I think the slaw is the best thing KFC has.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I think slaw is disgusting.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just lettuce and stuff like that, chopped up.
I don't like the sauce.
The mayo? Or that's, I guess it's not mayo. It's probably...
It's like a weird tanginess to it, and I just don't like it.
You're not a fan of Flavor Country?
I don't like gravy, or I don't like...
Gravy, I'm with you.
Gravy or coleslaw is no-go for me.
All right. Fair enough. So Brett he's had these delicacies. So there you go. So, all right, we found this great clip. Jim Gaffigan, very funny comedian. We were talking about regifting earlier and how 61%, it is National Regifting Day, 61% of people are okay with regifting. 64% are okay with secondhand gifts. I'm okay with both of them. Don't spend the money if you don't have to. And if you're just going to dump something somewhere, give it to someone else. Absolutely. But we found this clip of Jim Gaffigan who tells, it's just funny. It's about getting a bathrobe, right? All right, let's hear Jim Gaffigan.
I got a robe for Christmas. I remember looking at the robe thinking, wow, I hope I get the flu so I can wear it. I mean, who has the time to enjoy a robe? What are we about to shoot a porno? It's a weird piece of clothing. How'd we even come up with the robe with some guy, hey, I got an idea. How about we make a coat out of a towel? And there could be a belt that goes around, and you could dunk the belt in the toilet. Be a toilet belt. The indoor jacket, the robe. You ever see someone outside in a robe? They look like they escaped from the loony bin. Just getting the paper before the monsters do, right? The only time I ever wear a robe is when I'm staying in a fancy hotel. You know, that robe in the closet. I was feeling comfortable when room service comes and I'm in a robe. Like I'm trying to seduce the room service guy. Hello, welcome to my room. I'm in my robe and here's the bed I rented. Is there anything I could do to be more creepy?
I find that funny because this year I've gotten bathrobes in the past, and I agree with Jim. I'm not a robe guy, but I kind of think I could be now. Like my shower is downstairs, and it's kind of, our house is kind of open. There's like a lot of windows, and I don't like to keep the blinds closed. So it's like, well, I could wrap a towel around myself or just chance it. Hope the postman's not walking by. But I thought a robe, maybe I'll get a robe. So I actually asked my wife this year for a robe, and he's right. They can be terry cloth and kind of whatever, but there's some nice ones out there.
They can be nice and warm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
not my forte.
No, you just keep your apartment at 85 degrees.
I get out of the shower and I'm already dry.
Yeah, so I think I'm starting to kind of get down with a robe, and that's such a great joke because I've never been a robe guy. I don't know many guys that are. My dad will wear a bathrobe, but he's from a different generation. Does Steve wear robes?
No, he doesn't.
What about a toga? Does your dad wear a toga around the...
Occasionally.
I'm in the mood for a toga tonight.
I used to wear a robe when I was, younger, but it was nice and warm.
Well, that's kind of why.
I outgrew it, though, I think.
That's kind of why, too. It's like at night, if I could just put that on. Like, I turn on our gas fireplace almost every night. I'm afraid to get the bill. It's not that bad, actually, ever. But I feel like I should, sort of pace myself with the fireplace. And so maybe a robe would come in handy. I don't know.
It's a nice gift that's if you don't have anything else.
If you don't have anything else, exactly. So I would not want a robe regifted.
No, you would
I
not.
don't want someone else's robe. That's where I draw the line. I do not want a used robe, but I will take a regifted robe that has not been worn. So this other thing that happened, this in Florida, these neighbors, somebody put up a giant Santa. And you guys, I would love to know what you think about this too, because if your neighbor puts up a giant Santa or tons of crap in their yard, how do you feel about that? This sparked a holiday debate in the town of Severance, Colorado, the homeowners association. And that's where they get you. These homeowners associations, they're like crazy. You can't do anything. I remember we looked at a house in California and you had to wheel your basketball hoop behind the garage every night. And you could pull it out in the street and play. It's like a roundabout, or not a roundabout, but a cul-de-sac. But at the end of the day, you had to wheel it back. You could not put a basketball hoop over your garage. And to me, that's America. You put a hoop over the garage. That's where a hoop belongs. But they don't want that because they all have to look perfect. Anyway, these people saved up their money to put a huge Santa up there, and people wanted it down. I don't know how I feel about that because I kind of sound like a hypocrite, like I want my basketball hoop. But a big Santa blowing around, I don't know. You see any of that stuff over your apartment, Con?
No, not really. I'm in like the way back of the apartments too, so I'm not in the frontage road,
Okay.
There's like 8 or 9 different apartment buildings, so I'm in the way back, so not much, but I've seen a fair share of big Santas, and like, why not? Who cares? It's their yard.
You're way in the back, though. That's why you don't need a robe, too.
That's true.
All right, folks. News, sports, and weather is next. Lil Irv on the stream says, Jack in The Family Man, played by Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni. And he says, Téa Leoni is hot. I remember that movie. That's like a guy can go back and change time or something, or it's sort of like a Scrooge thing. Like you can look back at his
It's
life.
a great film. I watched
It's a good
it
movie,
last
yeah.
year.
I like it, too. And our pal Terry Barr, who is awesome, says, do you guys even like bathrobes? We'll get into that, too, after the news. I'll address Terry's questions. Pete Schwaba and Nightlight News is next on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Law enforcement officials have identified a possible suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, according to multiple sources telling ABC News. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The authorities have now identified this potential suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, and they have also obtained a warrant for his arrest. So wherever that individual may be stopped, once the arresting agency looks him up in the system.
Multiple sources briefed on the investigation tell ABC News the university shooting may be connected to the fatal shooting of an MIT professor in Massachusetts on Monday. Democratic lawmakers denouncing Republicans on plans to leave the nation's capital for the holiday break without taking legislative action to address health care subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, set to expire at the end of this month. 4 Republicans joined Democrats on a discharge petition to force a vote, but that vote is not expected until mid-January. This is ABC News. NASCAR says it's devastated by the deaths of former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and his family. Charlotte. The Iredell County Sheriff's Department says 5 adults and 2 children were on board the Cessna. ABC's Sam Sweeney has more.
There were 7 people on board total, I should say, including Biffle, his wife, and his kids. That plane was in the air less than 10 minutes. It had just taken off from that airport. Something went wrong and forced that pilot. We don't know who was flying. Biffle was a pilot, but we don't know if he was flying that plane.
After a jury in Massachusetts returned a guilty verdict this week, Brian Walsh was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of his wife Anna in 2023 and dismembering her body. The judge calling his acts, quote, barbaric and incomprehensible. Her body has never been found. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can. and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, areas of blowing snow with strong wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour, a low in the low teens. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, some afternoon and evening flurries, and a high near 20. This weekend, mainly dry, 20s on Saturday, only teens for Sunday. Currently, it's 37.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who loves to watch true crime, but only if it's shoplifting, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Nite Lite. Great to have you here, folks, on this Thursday night as we kick off the second act here. Conrad Krieger is working the board tonight. Conrad, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. You excited about hour number 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Popcorn pick, always.
Popcorn pick, baby. James Ronday will be here at 6:35 to make the popcorn pick of the week, where we give you a movie recommendation by way of our guest. James is a Madison-based filmmaker and a musician, very talented guy. I've known him for several years now, and I'm very anxious to see what he picks, actually. So if you missed the first hour, we talked about giant Santa Clauses. We talked about Conrad's heat being way too hot in his apartment. He doesn't know how it happened.
85 degrees, huh?
85 degrees when he woke up, 64 when he went to bed. Something's a foot. I think you got to look into that. You might want to get one of those Ring cameras. What would freak you out the most if you got one of those cameras to record while you were sleeping?
And it's just like...
You saw something. Like your landlord just walked in a bathrobe, probably.
Turn it all the way up.
Right.
This counter's no good.
And then he just stood over you in his bathrobe and watched you sleep.
I think I would do something about that.
You take legal action, right?
Yeah, probably.
Or open up a can of whoop ass.
What if you put in the lease agreement, I just didn't read it. I can stand over you in a robe.
It's fully within his
with no
rights.
question.
Checkmate. That's what I would say to that. So we talked to Matt Doherty first hour as well about a really cool event happening in Oshkosh, more accurately, Brillion, Wisconsin this weekend. The World Snowshoe Championships are in Brillion this weekend. So there's all kinds of information out there if you are so inclined, if you want to race or watch. It's going to be cold on Sunday, I think, right? But not Saturday. Should be
Saturday
okay.
looks pretty warm.
Yeah.
34 degrees warm.
Get that smushy snow under your snowshoes. But and then in hour number 3, Sam Wargula will be here. He is one of the members of Radio for Pets. We've had them on the show previously, and they just rock. They are such a fun band, these guys. Most of them from Marinette, Menominee, living in Green Bay now. Sam, this is what I love about Sam. He's such a good guy. And I said, hey, because we had a fallout for tonight. I said, hey, I need somebody. What are you doing, Sam? And he said, I'll come down. I got a new comedy troupe I want to talk about. I was like, great. I said, you don't have to drive all the way to Green Bay, though. You can just come on over the stream of the phone. It's like an hour drive. And he goes, what else do I have to do? So apparently there are a few holes in the Radio for Pets schedule. So if you want to book Radio for Pets, check them out. They're great. But Sam will be here in hour number 3. Very excited to have him here in the studio. I think it's time, Conrad, we refresh people's memories about the question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question. Question.
Questions.
Who's your favorite character from a Christmas or holiday movie? Buddy the Elf is strongly in the driver's seat tonight. We haven't had a ton of responses. I thought we would get more. I thought people would go nuts for this question.
We got some social media responses you could read as well.
That's true. We'll get to those. I want to address, so let us know, folks. 855-752-4842, 855-755-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app or drop us a stream comment if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X. That is where Terry Barr said, do you guys even like bathrobes? We also talked about bathrobes at the end of the first hour, too. And we heard a funny Jim Gaffigan clip. You can hear all of this, folks, if you want to go to civicmedia.us. All the Night Light episodes are cataloged as podcasts. And that might be a good question of the night, bathrobes, because I would really, truly be curious as to how many people wear bathrobes.
Yeah, we should I'll get a pen and paper out and tally it.
We'll do a poll, maybe?
Yeah.
Can we do that kind of thing? Is that
Oh,
crazy?
yeah.
All right, we'll do that. And if you do want more information on the World Snowshoe Championships, folks, arensnordic.com, ARINSNORDIC.com. Check it out. Okay, so I saw this. This is kind of funny. Are you like into astrology and stuff, Conrad?
Like the signs?
Yeah,
or-
do you ever
No.
read your horoscope?
No.
Okay. I don't really either, but there are a lot of birthdays today, the celebrity birthdays, and it got me thinking, I think if you're born in December at this time of year, you're a Sagittarius. And there was this great thing I saw on, I think it was USA Today. It says someone matched the vibes of Christmas songs and zodiac signs. Like a Leo is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Supposedly your sign has a Christmas carol that suits you. So what is your sign?
What's June?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not. Well, what is it? What is your birthday again? June?
What sign is June?
Just tell me your birthday, dude.
Gemini.
All right, you're a Gemini. The Little Drummer Boy is your song by Frank Sinatra, though. So you got a good crooner.
Frank Sinatra's great.
That's a good one. says, leave it to a Gemini to fail to bring a gift for a newborn demigod and improvise with a drum solo.
Whoa.
Pure mutability, rump a pump. What? I don't think this is from USA. USA Today.
Let's just say this. I don't think I would do that.
You would not play the drums?
I wouldn't do. I always bring a gift.
Okay.
It just, maybe it's just a piece of chocolate, but it's a gift.
Yeah. It is a gift. I don't know if you want to give a baby a piece of chocolate. It could be a disaster.
No, that's the gift for the
it.
dogs.
Okay. It's even worse. Here's a cool one. Last Christmas by Wham. That's a great, kind of a more modern Christmas song. And that's Cancer, June 21st to July 2nd. The late, great George Michael was a Cancer king, and this Christmas banger is positively awash in those cardinal emo waters. I don't think this is USA Today.
I'm really just confused about this whole thing. Who established these songs correlate with the sign? And
Yeah, because it doesn't really make sense. And it's even the way they describe it, a Christmas banger, Last Christmas. That's like a fun, nice song. Still lamenting a doomed love affair an entire year later. That's total Cancer, apparently. Okay. Leo is July 23 to August 22nd. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. You know I love that song. I've taken a lot of heat.
That's your favorite?
I've taken a lot of heat for liking that song on this show. Because it's a polarizing question. We don't really do politics on this show, but we find different ways to be polarized. And this year, it's Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. So Leo is the sign of royalty, and Her Royal Highness Mariah Carey is the uncontested Queen of Christmas. Oh, that was all very glowing. Okay. Virgo, August 23 to September 22nd. My wife is a Virgo. My son is a Virgo. White Christmas by Bing Crosby. That's a good one. A holiday without blemish or upset. A covetable kind of Christmas for the purifying Virgo. I don't even know what these descriptions mean. So I'm an Aries. I'll go Father Christmas by the Kinks. Oh, great. A song I've never heard of. See if you can find that. Father Christmas by the Kinks.
Maybe.
When we go to the break. Conrad is going to get a talking to after the show. It says, quote, Aries is punk rock energy. Yeah, baby. Coming out of the gate with an axe to grind, a fire to start, a sneer to share, and a mall Santa to rough up. I've never done that. I've never just started wailing on a mall Santa. Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. That's a good one. Another New Age Christmas song. Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Happy Christmas, War is Over, John Lennon, Yoko Ono. I am glad I'm not a Libra. I don't need to ever hear that song again. Mr. John Lennon, the most famous Libra in musical history, singing an earnest anti-war duet with an appeal for peace and inclusivity in troubled times alongside his wife and the Harlem Community Choir. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good song. They play it way too much. And I think they only picked that because John Lennon is a Libra. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st, River by Joni Mitchell. I don't think I know that song either. So there you go. I think we got all of them. Cancer, Libra. Yeah, well, there you go. But let us know what you think, folks. If you are not happy with your Christmas carol that goes with your sign, you can certainly vent here. Lil Irv on the stream says Bill Murray in Scrooge is his favorite.
So
that is a good one. More than Jack and Family Man, Lil Irv? Terry Barr says, if you want one, are you buying your own or asking for one as a gift? I love when Terry listens to the show because she kind of grills us. She, you know what she does? She holds my feet to the fire. I guess I'd want a new one, Terry.
A used one that you want as a gift.
A used, right. Because I don't know if you've ever seen this, the Onion headline where the guy's in the pool and he's like looking up at the camera smiling and it says, guy has bathing suit you can borrow that's touched his penis.
So you're going to make one, the same exact headline, just with bathrobe.
But that's how I feel like about a used bathrobe.
Yeah.
It's like sitting on a hotel couch. No thanks. Bridget from the 818 says, I love a warm, soft, fuzzy bathrobe. See, that's what I would do. I would do the fuzzy. Something you could ensconce yourself.
All I can picture is a pink fuzzy bathrobe, like the bunny costume in Christmas Story.
Oh yeah. Listen, if it was in the comfort of my own home and it was comfortable, I would wear that. It's hard to see into our house. And believe me, people have tried. Bridget from the 818 also says, Grandma Peg says Scrooge. I say George Bailey. Two great Christmas characters. Thank you, Bridget and Peg. The 715 says, hands down, favorite Christmas movie character is Heat Miser from The Year Without a Santa Claus. Her was done dirty, poor thing. I don't know that movie. Do you, Con?
I do not.
I don't know that. Folks, if you are going to the theater this week, there are some great movies opening, and there's a really big one. This is one of the biggest blockbusters of the year, and I'm going to tell you about that after a very short break. Our question of the night is, what is your favorite, or who is your favorite Christmas movie character? I say Clark Griswold. Conrad said,
actually, so I said the Sticky Bandits. And it is the Sticky Bandits, actually. It's
you
the
were
Wet
not
Bandits.
Incorrect.
It's the Wet Bandits in Home Alone 1. In the second one, they changed their name to the Sticky Bandits because they use gloves that are sticky and just kind of put their hands on stuff to grab the coins and the money.
I think I'd rather be a Wet Bandit.
Oh,
Sticky
really?
Bandit sounds gross.
I think both of them don't sound great.
I've never seen Home Alone 2, though. Would you tell people to watch it? It's supposed to be...
Okay,
one of them's terrible.
Home Alone 1 is better.
Right.
Home Alone 2 is funny, though. I think if you watched it, you'd enjoy it. And there's even a cameo by Mr. Donald Trump.
I heard.
In the Trump Tower in the hotel.
They told him he was the best actor ever. It's the first time I've ever tried.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I probably sound like someone else trying to do Trump. Let's cut that out of the podcast.
Okay.
We don't need people to
good.
hear that or the name. All right. So I'm going to tell you about what movies are opening this weekend, and I'm going to give you my opinion on a new show. I'm not going to give it away. No spoilers. Billy Bob Thornton. But it's not doing it for me. We'll talk about all of that next, and then James Runde is here at 6:35 to make the popcorn pick of the week after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
And it breaks my heart when a teardrop falls. I wanna cry, cry, cry along. When you're feeling blue, I'm waiting just for you.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, and now is the perfect time to highlight our cocktail of the week, courtesy of Sturgeon Spirits. This week, their featured cocktail is a sugar cookie White Russian. Here's how to make a sugar cookie White Russian at home for yourself or that special someone. Add 1 ounce of cinnamon vanilla vodka, 1 ounce coffee liqueur, an ounce of Irish cream, 1 ounce of heavy cream, and a 1/4 ounce of vanilla syrup to a rocks glass filled with ice and garnish with shaved cinnamon. Or even better, stop by their tasting room in Oshkosh and mention our show Nite Lite to get $1 off this month's featured cocktail. Want to try it for free? Then this Sturgeon Spirits 12 Spirits of Christmas deal is for you. Buy a bottle of cinnamon vanilla vodka as a gift, and they'll treat you to a sugar cookie White Russian for free. This special runs till the next spirit appears on Friday. That's Sturgeon Spirits, local flavor mixed with a little creativity. More Nite Lite after this quick commercial break.
Santa brings toys to all the boys and girls and their furry friends too. With grooming services and a new expanded dog wash, Pet Supplies Plus in Swamco's Urban Edge Town Center has stocking stuffers and gift cards to bring holiday cheer to every member of the family.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton, improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this Thursday. The popcorn pick of the week is just a few minutes away after the news. James Runde will be here, a Madison-based filmmaker and musician. He will make this week's pick. And we've got our question of the night is, who is your favorite Christmas movie character? Let us know, and I will be happy to read that on the radio, folks. So there's a big film opening this weekend. It will probably be the biggest grossing film of the year. You were going to see it today.
Yes, I was. Well, I think I'm going to go see it tomorrow in the morning. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm super excited because I've seen the prior films. And
I'm talking about, of course, Avatar, the new
Fire and
installment,
Ash.
Fire and Ash. Yeah. So you've seen the first 2.
I loved them. Not just because of I thought the story was great too, but it's just an experience.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
It's that last one was The Way of Water,
Yeah.
I think. And it was like, rarely do a movie's effects keep me interested, but Avatars do. And the story was good. It wasn't like it was a bad story, but I loved, it was like hypnotic.
Yeah, exactly.
It was great. So I'm excited to see this. The 3 hours, like I was just talking yesterday about this show, this film I watched on Netflix called Train Dreams. And it covered a guy's life beautifully in an hour and 40 minutes. A movie doesn't have to be 3 hours and 12 minutes long. But, I guess they want to show off the effects and stuff.
So also with this movie, if anyone's interested, I'm an Avengers, Marvel, I guess, super fan. I love
Right.
Marvel. The first trailer for Avengers Doomsday is showing like in the trailers before the movie. And it's not going to be placed on YouTube or anything. It's just a trailer for the movies. So I'm looking forward to the movie, but also looking forward to that just to see kind of what they, because I have no idea what's going to happen in the film. So
Because there's only the trailer available in the theaters.
Yeah, this is the first
that's
one.
Crazy. You can't get like a synopsis somewhere online or something like that?
I guess you probably could, but like, I want to be, like, I just like to be surprised. I like to.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that as well too. I just can't wait to see this film.
I get that. So that's Avatar, Fire and Ash. Obviously, my prediction, and I'm just guessing based on its previous grosses in this franchise, but will probably be the highest grossing film of the year, I would imagine. And it's long. Pack a lunch. 3 hours. 3 hours and 12 minutes.
You need a lot of sawbucks for all the popcorn and them.
Yeah. You're going to get hungry.
Do it. Should I stop saying it or
the Sawbucks thing?
Do I just keep doing it?
No, beat it into the ground.
Okay, sounds good.
That's the joke is it needs to be beaten into the, especially Sawbuck. It's gold. So that will make a lot. There's also, if you have kids, the SpongeBob movie is hitting theaters this week. Love SpongeBob. If there was a SpongeBob Christmas movie, he would probably be my favorite character in a Christmas movie. Love SpongeBob. That's this weekend. Pretty good reviews, too. And then if you want a thriller or horror film, you've got Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. The film is Housemaid, and it's rated R, obviously. And
it looks creepy.
It does look creepy. We made this joke about Sydney Sweeney. Like, I think you said it has to be an erotic thriller if Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
I just think if Sydney Sweeney's in the movie, it should just be rated R. Even if she's like, it should just be rated R. Because that's how guys look at her.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not right, but she's also not starving. But if it's Sydney Sweeney, then it should be rated R. But this movie is rated R. But it's getting an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good, and it does look creepy. And Amanda Seyfried's great; she's a really good, and Sydney Sweeney's a good actress. So, and then if you can wait till Christmas Day, I'm excited about this. Song Song Blue hits theaters, and it tells the story of the Milwaukee couple I think it's the Sardinas, played by Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. You know what they did, Con? They formed a Neil Diamond tribute band. And it's kind of a hard luck story, but I think it's a feel-good story. I've read a little bit about it. I'm trying not to read too much because, I don't know, I kind of want to be surprised. I really want to just see the story unfold, and it sounds like it's excellent. So,
also, Marty Supreme's coming out on Christmas Day, right?
Christmas Day, yeah. I was just looking.
That looks really interesting. I'm going to go see that.
It's like getting crazy good reviews, I believe. Let me pull that up because I think, Marty Supreme.
And it's about a ping pong player, right?
I think so.
Table tennis champ?
Yeah. Well, here's the Rotten Tomatoes synopsis. Marty Mauser, a young man with a dream no one respects, goes to hell and back in pursuit of greatness. Part of that is he has to date Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, okay.
So and buy
And
all
Goop.
all her Goop products, but it does look good, and it's getting a 96%.
That's great. I'm going to go see that.
Absolutely. So that's Christmas Day. You've got
you know what is coming out soon to HBO Max? One Battle After Another is going to HBO Max.
So that means it'll be free if you have HBO Max.
Yeah, so that's coming out. If you're looking for, I think that's next week. So if you're looking for something to watch on the couch, that'll be coming out.
And that's a long movie too, but that's one of those movies, it gets by solely on story and performance. No special effects. It's a great movie. And I honestly thought that was my front runner for the Oscars this week. People love, and I think the Academy loves, Paul Thomas Anderson. But I would be okay with Train Dreams. And actually, Sinners might be the front runner because that's just the whole package. It's got weird, it's got vampires, it's a period piece, great music. So it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to come down to those three films based on what I've seen so far. So when does that drop on HBO?
I believe it's next week.
Okay. Have you seen it yet?
No, I actually haven't because I have been waiting for it to.
You got to check it out.
I missed a theatrical run, so
yeah.
I'm sad I did.
I'm jealous because I have friends that are seeing it on 70 millimeter and 35 millimeter and all that kind of stuff. So, but it'll still be good in your living room. All right, we are coming back, folks. News, sports, and weather is next, and then we do the popcorn pick of the week with James Runday. This is Night Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Schwabadan to Alloway. This is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Law enforcement officials have identified a possible suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, according to multiple sources telling ABC News. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The authorities have now
at the end of this month. 4 Republicans joined Democrats on a discharge petition to force a vote, but that vote is not expected until mid-January. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, areas of blowing snow with strong wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour, a low in the low teens. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, some afternoon and evening flurries, and a high near 20. This weekend, mainly dry, 20s on Saturday, only teens for Sunday. Currently 35 degrees.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
We are the National Park Foundation.
It's time for the Nite Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. It is the Popcorn Pick of the Week. This is Nite. I am Pete Schwaba. So glad you're with me on this wonderful Thursday night. Christmas is just a week away. Very exciting time of the year. And I'm very excited to welcome my next guest, who is going to make... Folks, by the time this interview is over, you will have a movie pick that you can rush to your local theater if it's new, or stream it right in the comfort of your living room and watch it, because my next guest is going to give us a pick. He is kind of an aficionado when it comes to movies, very learned, and he joins us now over the stream. Madison-based filmmaker and musician, James Arunde. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. None of that's true, by the way.
It's all true, and you know it. What is the background there? Where are we? Where are we?
This is a friend's kitchen who has much better design taste.
I like that. Very colorful, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
How are you?
it feels like I'm in Florida or something, but I'm just in Madison.
It feels like you're kind of in the late 70s. And
I think the lamp adds a lot to that.
I love it. I absolutely love that. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm glad you were able to do this, because, you know, it's fun to have people on this segment who don't really watch movies that much, and they might only have a few, but then it's also fun to have someone who, like, movies are everything to them, like you.
I don't know, man. I feel like I oscillate between those two people.
Well, I'm not saying
most of my movie viewing right now, I'll be real with you, Pete, is happening on a VCR TV combo unit, which I've set up in the corner of a apartment I'm trying to kind of rehabilitate. And
okay.
It's fairly gutted at this point. So I'm down to, I have all my boxes kind of huddled into this unit that I'm fixing up. And so I'm pulling old VHS tapes out of there at random and putting them into the little unit while I fall asleep.
Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You've got a VCR and a TV attached in the same machine?
Yeah, it's like they used to sell those little mini guys.
I know,
My family used to take them in like the van on a road trip. You could hook up the N64 to them and stuff, while you were in the car, or watch, VHS tapes in the back seat, bungee cord it to the passenger seat, and put it on the cooler.
There is so much about this conversation that is so right. VCR, TV combo, van, bungee cord hookup. This is awesome. Cooler, absolutely.
It's one of those, like, what do they call those Mad Libs or whatever, where you gotta like take the words and fill them in.
You got any more of them there Mountain Dews in that cooler? We're about to fire up Smokey and the Bandit 7.
Bologna sandwiches,
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a favorite character from a Christmas or holiday movie, James?
Wow. I mean, many, I'll say that to start. But I think if I had to narrow if I just had to narrow it down to one, and this is so lame, I'm just a classicist with this answer, but it's Ralphie from Christmas Story.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, like, and maybe I'm also throwing in the fact that he has the narrator, because the voice is really him as an adult. But just that whole movie, I just think is so funny and spot on. And every Christmas, I know it's overplayed and most people probably roll their eyes at that, but like I went and saw it on the big screen actually like a number of years back, and I went with my girlfriend at the time, and we were rolling in laughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that movie, if you grew up in the Midwest with like some hard I don't know if we can swear on this.
Hard ass? You could say hard ass.
Okay, hard ass. Yeah, you can say hard ass. If you grew up with some hard ass parents, then that movie resonates,
Absolutely. It's funny because we have been talking about Christmas movies a lot over the last couple of weeks, and that one really hasn't come up. And I know it's a favorite of people, but people tend to gravitate towards It's a Wonderful Life or Christmas Vacation or
I do love It's a Wonderful Life, but it is great. Actually, that was another one I watched on this same TV VCR combo unit a couple Christmases back. It like bawled my eyes out. But then I watched it again thinking I was going to have the same experience, and it didn't quite hit as hard as it did the first time I had seen it. I had seen it obviously many times as a kid and stuff, but this is like the first time I revisited it in a long time. And maybe I had just had my surgery or whatever, and some reason it broke me down that night, but I haven't been able to quite recall that feeling with that movie since.
The first time you saw It's a Wonderful Life is what you're referring to, right?
Well, the first time I had seen it in a while.
Right. Okay, so I had that same experience, James. I was about 22. I just started dating my girlfriend who eventually became my wife, and she couldn't believe I hadn't seen that film. So I sat down and I was watching it, and the scene where Jimmy Stewart is just squeezing his daughter and so scared, I wasn't even a parent. I don't know what it was about that moment that like triggered that reaction, but the same thing, I can't get that back. Like, it's still a beautiful moment. It's a great movie, but yeah, I'm kind of with you there.
Yeah, that moment definitely gets me. And then also the moment at the end when everybody invests in him. Like everybody wants to bring back the money or whatever, or do it together. It kind of like gives you that it takes a village sort of feeling. And
right.
I don't know. It's
great point.
It's a great movie. But the thing I like about Ralphie is just he has to put up with his idiot father always kind of like rapping his knuckles against him. And and also just the narration of it. Yeah.
What do you say to people who look at Darren McGavin's character and just think he's a jackass? And other people, and other people are like, he's the hero. He's kind of a jerk to his kids, and it's like he's kind of a complicated character.
He is a complicated character because he actually is, like, by the standards of the time, he's a loving, sweet father. I mean, right. I would say even maybe by the standards of now. I mean, he's pretty good natured. He can mostly take a joke. Some dads can't take a joke, and it can blow up and be a whole ugly thing,
Right.
So he can, not to get real.
I was like, where is he going with this?
No, that's not my father. Just in case anybody's listening. No, my dad can take a joke too, but no, he's sweet and stuff. He's just like, he doesn't know the word fragile. He can't be fragile. That's lovable,
That's great.
My grandpa can't read too good. So I can kind of, for a man of that generation, that's kind of normal, I would say.
Yeah, well said. James Ronda is my guest. He's here to make the popcorn pick of the week, and we are just having a fun talk. We haven't even gotten into the popcorn question. So let's do this, James. Let's talk movies. How do you prefer to watch a movie, at home or in the theater? Or definitely on a VHS TV gizmo?
Whatever. I mean, that suffices, but definitely in the theater. Is the best way. And to me, if I had my druthers, maybe I would say the only way, but of course, obviously, we don't live in a perfect world and we have to watch it on TV VCR combo units, but the theater is a great way. And really, the thing I want to stress about the theater experience is not only the large screen, because that is obviously people are, part of going to the cinema is voyeurism, and people, the pleasure in looking, people love to see the big screen, but big sound. And I have to say, like,
Yes.
another way to create a theater experience on the cheap is just to invest in a really nice sound system or get the hi-fi out and hook it up to the TV. If you've buried it away or stashed it away, it's worth bringing it out and playing. I used to have it where I would have that TV VCR combo unit hooked up to my big hi-fi. So if I had something on VHS, I could
Wow.
still give it theater quality sound, you know?
You know, and not that the sound was ever great with those old TVs, but it was much better than what you get. Like, I have friends that have humongous screens and not a sound bar. So you're getting that tinny kind of, and I can't watch stuff like that. I'm with you. I'm like, I need decent sound at least.
No, yeah, there has to be some type of low end. You got to feel stuff like, because the sound is the key to the heart. You know what I mean? I always
Yeah.
think like the image is the key to the head. You know, you can communicate things. People love looking. Obviously, humans are very visual creatures, but sound is such a much more emotional, primal thing. You know, you get dropped into a soundscape, and it can be
Yeah.
real. And then the other proof of this is, you know, you're watching a horror movie and you turn off the sound, and it's suddenly not scary anymore. You
Oh,
know,
that's interesting. Yeah, that's so funny you say that. When I used to watch The Walking Dead,
mm.
I was so desensitized, or I have been since I watched it. What got me was I knew someone was going to get like a knife in the eye. And if I would turn it down, you know, it didn't bother me. But you're right. It's those horrible sound
Yeah.
effects.
Oh
That's
my
a great
God. Yeah.
point.
And just like
Um,
it creates tension. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. What is your favorite genre, James? Well, like when you go to the movies, what are you typically going to see?
Oh man. I mean, you know, probably if I had to be real, I'd probably say I've seen the most dramas of anything.
Okay.
So that's kind of a boring answer, but I will say, but my gut wanted to say comedy because I want to throw my hat in the ring for comedy because we don't see a whole lot of good comedies coming out hardly
True.
ever anymore. And that used to be kind of more of a bankable genre for Hollywood. And, you know, we're kind of in this period where it's like, what is Hollywood going to be going forward? I feel like,
Absolutely.
so, you know, and I mean, yourself, I mean, you're a comedy filmmaker, you know what I mean? And, you've, you know, that was kind of you're a comedian. That is like your trade, right?
Right. And they don't make those types of movies
No,
typically. I mean, if unless you have or whoever the new stars are, you know, attached, they're just not getting made.
no, they aren't. You know, the one I can think of is the one with SZA and Kiki Palmer. God, I can't remember the name
Oh
of it,
yeah.
but that
Something
was
about
like a
the
good like buddy comedy, sort of in the vein of something like Clerks or whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like a slacker comedy.
It was called One of Them Days.
One of them days.
One of them
That
days,
was
yeah.
really gonna bother me all night because I never got to see that and it got good reviews. It was on my list.
But I'm
Um,
thinking like other big comedies lately, you know, it's just kind of like, and you know, it kind of makes me, it reminds me of, so like, so, or like, and I'm not sure if Godfather of Green Bay was like this, but like there used to be sort of an archetype, a genre archetype where, hey, we have a funny stand-up comedian. We're going to kind of just like make a movie based on his persona or kind of something that we, or
yeah.
for, you know what I mean? Something that's kind of relates to their act or what they, you know, what their sort of bit type is. We'll kind of let them have their own movie, you know. And I feel
Yeah.
like that used to kind of be a sort of pocket genre for comedy, and now you really don't even see that, which I feel like is kind
Yeah.
of like a bankable movie. It's like, okay, this person has like a pretty hot stand-up special. A lot of people click on their, you know, I'm thinking about that. I went and actually saw the one with Mike Birbiglia. I don't even remember what it was called, but this is like
Oh yeah.
2014 or 15. And he was like a comedian of the time, you know what I mean? And they just gave him like an hour and a half little movie to, you know, and I feel like we need more movies like that.
It's funny because I remember when a comic got big, I never made it to that point. Like I got a few meetings. People are like, hey, what are you looking to do? That kind of stuff. But when they get really big, it seems like these people will just fawn over themselves to find something for them to do so they can cash in. And I thought Seinfeld nailed it perfectly when they were, you know, the NBC execs come up and say, you know, do you have any ideas for a show? And George is pitching you're an antique dealer. And someone comes in and you get involved in their lives. He's like, so somebody comes in to buy a lamp and suddenly I'm getting them out of a jam. And it's that kind of thing. Like, I feel like that's not that far off, you know?
Right.
James, so what's your favorite movie snack? When you go to the movies, what are you getting?
Oh man. I mean, I'm not really a sweets guy. So that's just kind of
Okay.
eliminate. I'm always going to go for the salt. So to me, it's just popcorn. Although I will
Nice.
say that like nowadays, you know, you can go to a lot of these smaller, like, you know, Flicks Brew House in Madison, or, you know, I'm sure Green Bay has some kind
Yeah.
of a theater similar to this, where it's like, people are realizing, we don't need the huge rooms for some of these other more, boutique movies. We can get away with like maybe half a room, but we'll provide full service. You can have a beer and a meal there, and it's easy to kind of go off. It's like, okay, Tuesday's my movie day. Okay, we'll go to the theater and get like a meal and just have dinner and a movie there.
Absolutely. All right, let's pick it up right there. We're going to do a really short break, and when we come back, James is going to give us his popcorn pick of the week. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Tell me one thing more than this. There's nothing.
Festival Foods and Diamonds and Gold present Let Me Be Frank's 26th all-new comedy musical Christmas show. A Frank's Christmas runs November 28th through December 27th at the Meyer Theater. For tickets, call Ticketstar at 920-494-3401 or go to meyertheater.org. Groups of 10 or more get $5 off per ticket. This year, we're going to Whoville to see what the who's and the what's are planning and if Tom Grinch will make an appearance. It's a Frank's Christmas at the Meyer Theater. For tickets, go to meyertheater.org or call Ticketstar at 920-494-3401.
Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Ready to meet your next favorite craft beer? Then get yourself over to Badger State Brewing. Craving something light and crushable? Try the classic Brewski American Light Lager. Feeling festive? The underground apple donut cider is basically fall in a glass. And if you love surprises, try their rotating craft beers and house wines. Grab some tasty taproom snacks. Bring your friends or pretend you have friends. And come anyway. They don't judge. Badger State Brewing. Great beer, tasty bites, and guaranteed good vibes. Come sip happy.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Welcome back. We are in the middle of our popcorn pick of the week segment. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Conrad Krieger working the board tonight. My guest is James Runde. He is a Madison-based filmmaker and musician, and he is helping us weed through some dialogue, if you will, James, so we can get to our pick. When you eat at home, James, do you have a different snack or you have a favorite cocktail for movies?
Oh, I see. Versus at the theater?
Oh, you're muted, James.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Okay. Versus at the theater?
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know. I think it pretty much, at the theater they don't put hot seasoning in the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's not on hand. That would be one
Okay.
thing I would change about theaters is like, can you get some like Cajun seasoning or something to throw in the popcorn?
Totally.
So that's maybe one wrinkle that I would do at home that the theater wouldn't offer, or at least not one up in the north, so far as
Yeah.
I found. Um,
What about
yeah,
a
other than
cocktail?
that, I can't think of anything. I mean, cookies. Do they sell cookies at the movie theater?
They should.
They ought to. I know.
Do you have what about a cocktail? Do you like when you have a drink at the theater or a drink at home? Are you
I'm kind of a beer guy, I have to say.
Okay.
Like, I wish cocktails and movies do go well together. I think maybe I would be more inclined towards red wine in a film.
Okay.
Especially if it's black and white. Something about that just seems to fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were gonna do a cocktail, maybe I would do like something with a tiny little bit of like bourbon or mezcal, or you know what I mean, something just kind of smoky and light, because I can't have too much alcohol. I'm on blood thinners.
I know. How are you feeling, by the way? Do you want to tell people what happened, or I don't
Oh, I
want to
mean, it's
like?
fine. Yeah, I had a
Okay.
number of open heart surgeries. I mean, that's maybe what I'm referencing, but
Yeah.
yeah. So after that, I got the artificial valves, and that means that you're on warfarin, which is actually discovered at or patented at Wisconsin Alumni Research Foundation, hence the name warfarin.
Hey, look at that. That's
For
kind of cool.
the sort of standard blood thinner. Many know that story, obviously, but
Well, I'm glad you look good. I'm glad you're feeling good. That's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. All the results have come back spades so far. So
Well, I'm kind of with you too. Like I like when I watch like a cop movie or a film noir. I used to love a glass of whiskey. I haven't had a drink now in over 3 years, and I'm not really sure. I feel directionless. Like, what do I do? Do I just stop forever, or do I eventually have fun again and have a drink? So I'm kind of in this weird limbo. But I do miss having good whiskey, or like during a cop movie, or like you said, red wine during an old black and white film.
sure.
So, all right, I think
I'll even say that. I'll even go so far as to say that was like, I used to smoke cigarettes. It's been many years but even in those old black and white movies, it's hard when they're all puffing away. It's like, God, there's something about the cloud and the lights and the film. It's like, oh man, it brings out the vices.
I'm so with you. And I was joking to my wife recently, and I said, if I started smoking at my age, it would never catch up with me. Like, I'd be fine. I'm not, and it is cool. And she just looks at me like I'm
I got
crazy.
20 years of looking, 40 years. Sorry, Pete. I got 40 years of looking cool,
Exactly. All right. I think we are ready to get our pick. Conrad, if you please. James Runday, what is your popcorn pick of the week?
I thought long and hard about this, Pete, but I'm going to have to go with Rock and Roll High School, because I play in a punk band. And come on. And plus also popcorn pick just made me think like a movie that is just fun to watch. It's something like you can get like a group of friends together or whoever. I mean, maybe family might be a little much, but like it's definitely kind of a sexy movie, but it's just fun. It's about goofing off in high school. It's about punk rock. It's about burning the school down, getting your first kiss. It's about all the fun things, and short. It's really funny. It's got Ron Howard's brother in it as the sort of like matchmaker, sort of whiz kid who's got he's like a mafia guy who runs his cartel out of the boys' bathroom.
I have seen that was like one of the first movies, like when HBO came out and people had cable and you had access to rated R movies in your own living room. But my parents weren't cool enough to have HBO, but I would go over to my friends and watch like nudity. That was
and the Friday Night Fight or whatever.
Yeah, it was. I remember that because PJ Souls, who was also in Stripes, was in that, and I had a big crush on PJ Souls. But that's a great pick, James.
And the Ramones. I mean,
and the Ramones.
It stars one of my favorite bands of all time. So
I love that.
And it's one of those movies where it's like the star is so gorgeous and like the Ramones are so ugly that it's almost got like this Beauty and the Beast type thing going on. Like when he's trying to like kiss Joey Ramone, it's like,
that's a great pick. When's the last time you've seen that movie, James?
Does it hold up? It with my band. It does hold up. And and it was a co-ed band viewing of this film. Because to be fair, there are a number of scenes with like young ladies in leotards and stuff. It's of its era, but at the same time, it's like it's centered around this, two ladies in high school who are, friends and like songwriters basically, and their favorite band is the Ramones.
Right.
And it's really follows their relationship, and it doesn't really have much to do with them, like, and boys, honestly. Actually, it's kind of like I think from like even, from a feminist perspective, it kind of holds up, but at least that's the vibe that our band viewing came away from. For a schlocky late 70s movie, you would expect you could do a hell of a lot worse. Let's just say that.
Do you remember the name of the high school for extra points?
Hell yeah, Vince Lombardi High. How can you forget that if you grew up a Packer fan?
A little tie into Wisconsin. That's fantastic. All right, James Runde, folks, his rock and roll pick. His popcorn pick of the week is Rock and Roll High School from 1979, starring PJ Soles and the Ramones, and the setting is Vince Lombardi High School. Definitely worth a look. Can you hang for a few minutes after the news, James?
Oh, of course.
All right, fantastic. We'll find out what James is watching. And did you see Train Dreams by any chance?
I didn't, but I heard about it. I got to see that.
I'm itching to talk about this film with somebody, but we'll get into a few things with James after the news, which is next. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it on the station with local news and timeless hits. 97.9 FM, WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Police reporting an active scene in Salem, New Hampshire this hour, and the discovery of an abandoned vehicle that may be connected to the deadly mass shooting at Brown University. ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The authorities have now identified this potential suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, and they have also obtained a warrant for his arrest. So wherever that individual may be stopped, once the arresting agency looks him up in the system.
And sources now telling ABC News that the Brown shooting and the murder of an MIT professor may be linked. President Trump tonight signed a massive $900 million defense package. The act also demands more information on those boat strikes in the Caribbean. House Democrats releasing another batch of photos from the Jeffrey Epstein estate 1 day before the deadline for the release of the Department of Justice files. The government reports price increases slowed in November. This is ABC News. The Trump administration now taking new steps to end gender-affirming care for minors nationwide.
It's a broad set of actions across HHS agencies meant to curb gender-affirming care for minors. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. calls the surgeries and medicines sex-rejecting procedures.
Sex-rejecting procedures are neither safe nor effective treatment for children with gender dysphoria.
The impact of Kennedy's proposed moves could be wide-ranging. They're aimed at preventing nearly all U.S. hospitals which receive Medicare or Medicaid dollars from offering the procedures to children. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee announced 33 pardons today, including country music star Jelly Roll, who's spoken of his experience of redemption following several felony convictions, including aggravated robbery and drug charges, and has become a central theme of his music. The governor telling reporters the musician has a redemptive, powerful story, which is what you look for and what you hope for when considering pardons. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, areas of blowing snow with strong wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour, a low in the low teens. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, some afternoon and evening flurries, and a high near 20. This weekend, mainly dry, 20s on Saturday, only teens for Sunday. Currently 35 degrees.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off. You've got this. Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by US Aging.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who wanted to be in porn but didn't have the acting chops, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. Welcome, folks. It's Act 3 of a Thursday night edition of Night Light. Great to have you with me. We've had a lot of fun tonight so far. We've talked snowshoeing in hour 1. We talked popcorn pick right before the news with James Runday, a Madison-based filmmaker and musician. We'll be back to James in just a moment. And the popcorn pick this week is Rock and Roll High School, a great pick from 1979 with the Ramones and PJ Souls, and just a really fun late 70s, early 80s style comedy. A great pick. Coming up at 7:20, my pal Sam Wargula will be here. He is a very funny and talented artist. He's a funny actor and an excellent musician, part of the band Radio for Pets that we've had on this show several times, and they're just they rock it. So we'll have Sam here in just a few minutes. Our question of the night is, do you remember what it is, Con?
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question. Pregunta. Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question. Questions.
Who is your favorite movie character from a Christmas or holiday film? I would say Buddy the Elf is solidly is our front runner. when you say
First
that?
place.
Yeah.
There's no other votes for the Sticky Bandits, but
Or the Wet Bandits. I thought Clark Griswold would be up there, but just a couple votes. So there you go. We've got a few more minutes with James here, then Sam will be along, and lots of fun tonight. Con, what has been your favorite part of tonight's show?
talking about my thermostat.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
No.
I don't know if anybody else would say that was fair.
No, of course, it's always the popcorn pick of the week. It's always good to get a movie recommendation.
Absolutely. We should catalog these because I do forget them sometimes, but we need to do a better job of writing them down. Joining me now, again, for a few more minutes here, he's been very gracious with his time tonight, is our pal, James Runde. He's been here before. You know him. You'll love him. Hey, what was that song you sent us, James? Has to
The
close?
night has to end.
The night has to end. That is everything closing time. That horrible song by that horrible band should have been. That was a great song.
Thanks, and I have to say, Aaron Scholes deserves a lot of the credit for that. He wrote that song, he wrote that. You know, that song is really kind of interesting, at least how we recorded it, because I played in this band with this really great Madison songwriter named Aaron Scholes, and he had a song with those chords and those basically those lyrics, and we always used to practice, and then the band dissolved, and I was like, God, that song was great, you know, and I asked him for permission to play it. You know, and he's like, oh, yeah, man, I don't care. Like, it's not really being played. It's sitting around. You know what I mean? So we kind of developed it with my band, but he never got around to sending me the lyrics. So I had always just sort of sung my own lyrics based on my memory of it.
Oh, wow.
And so that's sort of like what that version is. And then when he heard it, when we recorded it and put it out, he was like, wow, that is so different, but so interesting to hear what, you know, you remembered versus what it actually is. But
do we still have that song, Con?
I would have to look.
Say the title again, James.
The night has to end. Oh yeah, maybe close out with that. There you go.
Absolutely. And add it to the rotation.
John Lennon, whatever gets you through the night is doing great. I love that song.
Yeah, but you know, we always look for fun songs that kind of thematically sort of complement. Yeah, that could be a fun one to play.
I mean, you can also do a Ramones, you know.
Yeah.
That's another great one.
Well, you made a great choice. Let's talk. What are you working on?
I was going to go with The Godfather of Green Bay, to be honest with you, but I couldn't. I
hey,
couldn't
we missed you
because I know, man.
We missed you a couple weeks ago.
You don't know how I was like sick to my stomach because I was like had that on my thing and just spaced it the night of and got sucked into my dad taking me to my cousin's basketball game. And then by the time I realized like that showing, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. And I also had my nights mixed up. It's been a long month. Pete.
I'm really glad I sent you a text to remind you about this.
I know you did. Multiple. I know. And I got
Let me ask you this. Was when you went to your cousin's basketball game, was Lauren Holly in that?
No. You know, what are you rubbing it in here, Pete?
We'll do it again.
Hey, well, can you let us know how we can access Godfather Green Bay? Is it on?
Yeah.
Stream?
Amazon Prime, Tubi, probably a couple other outlets too, but I usually watch it every night and I still can't find the Wouldn't that be weird? Tell us where we can find your very funny short film, one of my favorite short films of all time, White and Lazy. I know I bring it up every time you're here and you just do what you just did, but it's so Madison. And it's such a great film.
I'm proud of it. I just feel like I got to come up with something better. I feel like I've just been riding the coattails of that movie for way too long, but no, it is available on YouTube. To be honest, that's probably the best way to watch it.
Okay.
Actually,
just
you know,
Google,
just Google it. It's free.
White and Lazy.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out.
It's actually kind of remarkable that it is. It's what am I saying? It should definitely be free. Who would pay to see that? I was about to say it's remarkable.
$20.
It's not remarkable. It's very $20 to see a 10-minute short.
Great stuff. Check that out, folks. It's very funny. It's very college and very Madison. Just a really, really solid film. Before we let you go, James, I want to ask you about a couple movies, but you're also working on something on a Super 8, an avant-garde Super 8 type dealio. What's that all about? Is this the photo one?
No. Oh my God,
okay.
Man. But that one is work. That one's always progressing. It's just like, that's like my Sisyphusian rock. That's going to eventually boulder get, shoved up the hill someday.
Yeah.
It will happen, the photo one. But no, this is just one to keep my name relevant because I realize I've undertaken this like duplex project. And I guess, quite predictably zapped a lot of my time. I should have
Yeah.
seen what I was getting into, you know? So I haven't had as much time to put into that, the photography film, which I'm so high on. And I have a buddy that's now sort of producing that. So I think that'll start to show more promise. But no, this avant-garde film is a ton of found footage of Super 8 but also Super 8 I shot myself, and it's kind of intermingled, and it's only going to be about 5 or 7 minutes. I haven't quite decided on the final runtime, but it's kind of like dream logic, and it has a lot of interesting soundscapes and a lot of interesting shots, and old footage, archival footage from like kind of like Madison area, Devil's Lakey, Driftless area from even as far back as the 40s, just kind of in home movies I've sort of bought from garage sales over the years and stuff like that. So
I love that. That's so great. What are you binge watching anything, or have you seen another movie, James? Any of the new stuff that's out? Or I just went on a kick where I was watching a lot of the 70s, like 3 Days of the Condor, Boys from Brazil. And that was kind of fun. But what are you into these days?
3 Days of the Condor is great. So right now I'm actually going back and rewatching The Sopranos. Well, I had a spotty watching of it. I've only seen like scattering of episodes. So I'm kind of like doing my first full like proper watch of The Sopranos. So that's cool, and it's it's great. It reminds me of, I grew up in the time when that was set. I was like in kind of like grade school and middle school around that time. So it's interesting to see a time, when you were that age, to kind of be portrayed back.
Definitely.
Especially versus now, because you just think about how much the world has changed in really not that much time, like the 2000s,
For sure.
So it's kind of, it almost feels like a novel, like almost kind of quaint to rewatch The Sopranos right now.
I just did that too. I watched it for the first time all the way through probably 4 years ago. And I love, some people call it the greatest TV show of all time. There are certain shows, and the new Landman is like this, where they cut to one element of the story or characters, and I have no interest, and I want to throw something at my TV. And with The Sopranos, it's the mom and the sister. And then with Landman, I don't know if you watched Landman, but the wife and the daughter, like I like all the oil stuff, and I don't know, but it's interesting.
I don't watch Landman. Yeah, I hear your angle for the wife and the daughter, but part of me is so interested in the wife because she's such an, like kind of infuriating character. Like kind of figuring out what makes her tick is, I don't know. It kind of it still. It gets me.
Not the wife. Sorry, not Felicity Huffman. The Tony's mom.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Yes.
She's really annoying, and she's great. That's how she's supposed to be.
Yes. I was gonna say. I thought you meant his wife. I was like, oh no, she's great.
Yeah.
Like her whole. Anyway. Okay. No. Speaking of the 70s, I was one movie I went back that I want to plug is and rewatched recently is The Landlord, Hal Ashby. And one thing, I don't know if you've seen that movie, but I guess maybe because it relates kind of to my life right now, I went back and watched it. And it was shocking how relevant I feel like it is, even though it was made in 1970. And it's also one other aspect of that movie that I want to call out that I think maybe is hard for just like, your casual movie, somebody who doesn't maybe know a ton about how the sausage is made in terms of movies, somebody that's, loves movies, but maybe has never been on the other side of the camera. Something about The Landlord and the films of Hal Ashby is he started as an editor.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a huge difference. And you can tell that those films have an approach to editing and storytelling that is really fresh and exciting. And the cuts and the scene transitions are really novel. And it just makes the movie feel way less predictable than I feel like most of the movies of today kind of are. And I think that's kind of can be said for a lot of, films that are made by people who started off, Joel Cohen started it as an editor too. And I think that kind of shows in the Coen brothers movies, they're very tightly edited.
Yeah.
Dude,
this was fun. Terry Barr on the stream says, great popcorn pick, James. So there you go. You got a voucher, which is always nice.
There we go.
You're
Vince
not
Lombardi high, you know what I mean? I was like, Insider.
So this is awesome, and we found your song, The Night Has to End. We're going to play that when we go to a commercial break. Not that you want to stick around for that because you know it intimately, but thank you so much for being on the show again. You're always fun to talk to, and a great popcorn pick in Rock and Roll High School. Love it, man. Have a great, good luck with your project.
Thanks, man. And I'm going to I'm going to watch Godfather of Green Bay on Tubi tonight.
Wow.
That's the runner-up popcorn pick.
That was recently voted by Ranker the best movie to watch alone at night. Great stuff, buddy. We'll talk soon, and thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Thanks, Conrad.
All right.
Yep, take care.
James Runde, folks. Landman is just one of those shows I can't. Did you watch the first season, Conrad? Have you seen any of it?
That's just not my type of TV, I would say.
It's like, I don't want to sound like I'm like, the wife is played by Ali Larder, who's a good actor, and the daughter, and they're both like just these, when they cut to that part of the story, I just have no interest. Like, she's just kind of crazy, the wife, and the daughter is just trying to date football players. And it's just like, okay, what is it? Because the interesting part is the oil part, and Billy Bob Thornton kind of pontificating, although he gets kind of old. And sometimes they have like they'll do a sex scene. And Billy Bob Thornton, no, we don't need to see that. And they had this, whatever. I don't know. I'd be very curious to see what people think of Landman. It's not like I don't like it. I don't know. But let's hear some of this song. We're coming right back, folks. Sam Wargula is in the studio. Coming up next, here is The Night Has to End by our guest, James, who made the popcorn pick of the week. We're coming right back.
I didn't know that we wouldn't go home and do it again. Sometimes the night has to end. Go to sleep, lay right down and die. Would you come and lay right by my side? Till the clock on the wall.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
Sturgeon Spirits of Oshkosh. Next door to their cocktail bar and tasting room on Oregon Street is the Ready Room, open for your next event. A private bar with aviation-inspired details. It's ideal for intimate parties, conferences, or holiday parties and reunions. Sturgeon Spirits, 2663 Oregon Street in Oshkosh, and at grocery and liquor stores throughout the Fox Valley. As you begin your holiday travels, buy local, drink global, and take a piece of Oshkosh with you. SturgeonSpirits.com.
The Oneida police officers need your help to stuff their squad car for the holiday season. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And on Saturday, December 20th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Festival Foods on Mason Street, the Oneida police officers will be collecting non-perishable food items for families in need this holiday season. So make it a challenge and let's see how much food you can really stuff in there. Your reward will be a crisp high five. Check it out by going to WGBW.FM and clicking events.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here. Learn more at youbelonghere.media.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby.
I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me, folks. Mark from Prairie du Sac in the 608 says, 1/2 unsweetened cranberry juice, 1/2 pomegranate juice tastes quite similar to red wine. Is he referring to our ad for Sturgeon Spirits?
I thought also it could be because James said he likes to have red wine while watching a black and white film, too.
Either way, it's a very relevant text. Thank you, Mark. Michael from the 608 says, yeah, hey, guys. My favorite Christmas movie character is kind of random, but it's Carol Kane playing the ghost of Christmas Present in the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray, 1988. That's our first woman character, by the way, I think. So that's great. Thank you, Michael. He says she is a riot in that film, but she always has been. I remember watching her in Taxi with my pops when I was a kid. A national treasure, no doubt. Thank you, Michael. Great stuff. We've got a few more texts to get to, but right now we've got a guest in studio who he's been on the show before, but tonight he also makes his debut as our Nightlight Window Fun contestant, and I will post those photos very shortly to Facebook. He joins us here. He's a very talented musician and a very funny actor and comedian, and he's one of my Marinette homies.
Go on. A few more.
I could keep going.
It's at least 3 more.
We don't
things.
have that much time, though, Sam. I don't want to eat into you. I know you got stuff to say. Sam Morgula, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fantastic. This is. I'm glad I just agreed. I was like on a limb to say, yeah, I'll come. Let's do it. And I want to do it in person because I don't know, like you. I'm getting too old. I can't do. I'm like looking at the dumb phones in stores now, and I'm like, that looks good. Get rid of these apps. Just calling, texting. That's it. I don't like, and so like I gotta be face to face. There's nothing about doing like screen stuff that
this is
interests
much
me.
better.
Yeah,
absolutely. And look, I was like, you don't have to come down. You can do it on the stream, and your response I told Conrad is you said, what else do I have to do?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah,
Absolutely come down.
Honestly, I had a little bit of work to do in Kaukauna, and I was like, I'm just going to rope that in.
Sweet.
10 minutes there, whip right out here.
Oh, I love
Had
it.
some wings at Hagemeister, had a beer before this, so I'm like,
and
ready
we were
to go.
if we could get a shout out for Marinette we were just talking about one of our favorite restaurants in Marinette, Blue Bike Burrito.
Shout out.
Our friend Sam, your namesake. Not namesake, but you share the same.
I think she's older than me, so like, I would be named after her in some way.
Sam has created that great, I call it Sam sauce. It's the burrito. You've got the, it's the jalapeno. It's all smashed up. It's jalapeno sauce, and she created it.
The jalapeno sauce.
Oh, it's good.
You're talking about the salsa that they have? The hot salsa? Or the corn salsa?
Maybe they call it that. No, this is like underneath. You have to ask for it.
This is the salsa verde, I think you're talking about.
The secret. Yeah,
the
it does
green
look like,
sauce.
yes, but it's kind of darker.
They still have that? They just hide it from me?
Well, there have been a couple times I've gone in there and I'll say, and some Sam sauce, please. And she'll go, Pete, you're not going to believe this. We're out of it.
No kidding.
Like, what?
I'm going to see her tomorrow. I'm going to mention that.
Mention the Sam sauce.
Do you
it
know,
is so good.
So I'm self-employed. My business shares a wall with Blue Bike.
I did know that.
And it's so hard to exist every day when they're cooking. You can smell it. And it's like, I can almost always tell, like, what are they cooking, too?
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's the steak coming. Okay, they're making salsa now through the wall because the wall is so thin. And, like, speaking of Sam, she just bought the building, too. So she's my new landlord.
Oh, no. Really?
Which is kind of funny, yeah. So
I hope things go well there.
Yeah.
She can be kind of a tyrant as far as I'm. And what is your business?
So I basically, I sell and install, like, blinds and drapes.
Okay.
It's no kid's little dream. But I realized... or little
people
kids
need
dream.
Privacy, Sam.
Yeah, I realized real quick when doing it that I like being self-employed so much. I feel like I barely work, and not having healthcare is kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
but other than that,
But you eat healthy because you go to Blue Bike.
I eat healthy. I work out.
Do you ever work something out with Sam where she could come over and go, I need some drapes? Not 2 to 3 times a week. Like you
I do that with my friends.
Okay.
I mean, I still got a friend that owes me quite a bit of money because I gave him blinds for his house. But because he's my friend, I'm not going to ask for it. But he's just going to, Justin, if you're watching, he knows he's going to make it up for me in my house with flooring. So like,
wow. Okay. So that's a nice exchange there. So that's fantastic. Well, my Marinette brethren is here tonight. We're going to get into, we'll probably have to do the news first. Then I want to hear about, you got a new comedy thing you're doing in Marinette, and I love this. But let's, how did Christmas by the Bay go? I want to give a shout out to the theater on the Bay in Marinette, a beautiful space. They do great work. You guys do some fantastic plays. You're hilarious in them. But how did Christmas by the Bay
It
go
was
this
it
week?
was fantastic. So this is my 4th year doing Christmas by the Bay, and the past 3 years I've been a musician in there. And so they past 3 years I've been a musician, and it's always great. It's always really sold out because it's singers, it's dancing. There's a lot of kids, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for working with kids because they're better than adults, and dogs are better than kids. So like dogs, kids, adults,
It's a hierarchy
in that order. And this year they wanted to do something a little bit different than just singing and dancing. They wanted to do like Bing Crosby at home, and so they thought of my name. Oh, wow. And I was like, well, of course, it's my favorite show of the year. It sells out like crazy, and it's just a fun, free time because the dancers, Heather Olson, shout out to Heather Olson, First Street Academy Dance in Menominee, does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that in the area. And I wanted to do it, so I said yes, I'll be the Bing Crosby. And then it kind of came into it where like my comedy group, they hired my comedy group to write Christmas by the Bay, all the at-home skits. So we had about 8 different little scenes, and we wrote like a overarching story for the whole show. And it was absolutely fantastic. Really weird to get paid for something like that. Judging from where we came from a year when I started doing this comedy thing to now, it's like, oh, now we got paid. If you had talked to me a year ago that I would be getting a check for doing this, I would be like, no, are you kidding me? Do you remember your first paycheck for doing comedy?
Yeah, I couldn't believe people were paying me to do it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't think they could either. Hi-oh! And so, all right, real quick, we're going to do the news, and then we'll come back, and Sam is going to tell us, you'll tell us about this comedy group. I need a radio for Pets update because you guys are fantastic.
Got so much.
And then we'll do, we'll just see what happens. Maybe we'll even talk about Salsa Verde again. I don't know. Sam Wargula is here in the studio, folks. We are coming right back after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Mark to DePere. This is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Police reporting an active scene in Salem, New Hampshire this hour, and the discovery of an abandoned vehicle that may be connected to the deadly mass shooting at Brown University. ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The authorities have now identified this potential suspect in connection with the Brown University shooting, and they have also obtained a warrant for his arrest. So wherever that individual may be stopped, once the arresting agency looks him up in the system.
And sources now telling ABC News that the Brown shooting and the murder of an MIT professor may be linked. President Trump tonight signed a massive $900 million defense package. The act also demands more information on those boat strikes in the Caribbean. House Democrats releasing another batch of photos from the Jeffrey Epstein estate one day before the deadline for the release of the Department of Justice files. The government reports price increases slowed in November. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, areas of blowing snow with strong wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour, a low in the low teens. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, some afternoon and evening flurries, and a high near 20. This weekend, mainly dry, 20s on Saturday, only teens for Sunday. Currently 35 degrees.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You are never far away from your favorite radio station. We're always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app. And if you missed your favorite show or game, listen to a podcast of it anytime on the app or our website, civicmedia.us.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Being blind doesn't look how others make.
Pete Schwaba, this is Nightlight. John Murray in the 608 says, evening, gentlemen. Great show as usual. Just love the program. Thank you, John. He says, my fave actor on a Christmas movie is Mary, George Bailey's wife. Had a crush on her that started when I was about 8 years old. For whatever reason, she was the one. She's the one that got away, John. I'm sorry to hear that. But you're a little young for her. But yeah, she was great. Hey, Con, I'm spacing. Can you Google who played... Do you know It's a Wonderful Life, Sam?
I don't.
I'm completely not Gloria Swanson. Find out who played. She's like an icon, and I can't think of her name.
Who played who?
Mary in
Donna Reed.
Donna Reed, yes, she was gorgeous. John says, "Is it because you have a daughter, Peter?" And he says, "I feel the same way." He's referring to Landman, and I do have a daughter, but she's nothing like my daughter, but I think it's just. I don't know what it is, John. I just don't like the characters. They're obnoxious. I don't know. Sam doesn't watch Landman. He's laughing at me. Sam Morgula is here. He is my Marinette homie, a very funny, talented actor and musician, part of the band Radio for Pets. Can we get a quick Radio for Pets update, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
How are things going?
We are just finished. So we have a full-length album. Completely different from what we've already recorded. We have 12, I believe it's 12 songs that we've just finished tracking. And so we're in between the mixing and we're in the mixing stage now. So everything is laid out. I have rough versions of them, but they're not mixed. And we're hoping to have that out and done spring. Like March, April. We're also playing a show in Eau Claire Saturday night.
How do you get a gig in Eau Claire from Marinette? That's a long drive.
I don't know. It's so long. People ask. We're at that stage where we don't really go seeking shows.
Yeah.
So people kind of ask us all the time. And we have a homie out there from this is a deep cut for anyone that's like Marinette Menominee, like old musicianship. Well, there was a famous band in Menominee of high schoolers called Fedge. Amazing.
When was that?
Amazing punk band. This was like 2008. Back when I was in high school, and they played all the time, and they won Battle of the Bands 2 years in a row. They were incredible, and I believe one of the guys from Fedge, Jeff, Fedge was named after backwards, right? Is in Eau Claire, and if I remember right, he's our contact in Eau Claire for a couple of these shows. If I remember right, I don't know if he's playing with this show with us or not. I have no clue, but we know so many random people now that have flown the coop and they've gone elsewhere. There's another friend of mine out in Eau Claire, Brady Kamichek, who we're playing with. One of his bands out there. I wish I knew it off the top of my head, but
wow, that sounds fun. If I had a band and I used my name backwards, it would be Atep. So it's not really Fedge is cool.
That's like Celtic woman, but lame.
Right.
Mine would be Darnock.
Darnock is like some 80s sci-fi film.
Darnock.
It's like a planet in Xanadu or whatever.
You would never have to stop asking, what does that mean? Even Fedge, but yours would be Moss.
Yeah.
No Mas or no Mas is more, right?
Mas would be. I feel like I would get canceled if I actually made a band named Mas.
No, that's the best name ever because they start yelling your name and you think it's
That's
an encore.
true. That's
you
true.
get confused. Are they yelling the band name or are they?
I could just keep playing songs. The set never ends.
Yeah.
Everyone always wants more.
So, all right. So tell me what is going on. You've got this great comedy. I love that you're doing this sketch comedy in Marinette, Wisconsin, because there are not a lot of groups like that in towns the size of Marinette, Menominee. Am I right about that?
Entirely. So, I came back to Marinette. I lived in Los Angeles for like 6 years.
Oh, that's right.
And I came back. I lived in Hollywood, and I came back to Marinette. I chose to come back in 2020.
Yeah.
And
Hollywood didn't tell you to leave town.
No.
Of course you chose.
I actually just ran away, and LA was the only place I could go because my brother lived there. I didn't.
Okay.
I was like one of the only people. This is actually a funny story. I was one of the only people who I felt like moved to LA for no reason. And like
really
on a whim one day, I was super, super bored, and my brother and I would go to Groundlings Theater all the time. I loved it. Oh my God, one of my favorite things in LA. I will go anytime I can. But I was so bored that it turns out I realized you could audition for Groundlings for free. So I did that one day on a whim, and I was in the audition room for like their school. And I was the only person there who had no resume or any headshot. And they're like, what are you doing here? Everyone else has like, oh, I was in this. I do this community theater. I was like, I've never done theater before in my life at this point in time.
I love this story.
And I was just like, I auditioned. And I was like, they're like, why are you here? And I was like, I got nothing else to do on a Wednesday night, man. This is 2 hours. I don't want to go home.
What else am I supposed to do?
I just went through like a bad breakup. And I was like, last thing I want to do is go home.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just going to do this and then go drink at the bar. And like, they were like, oh, and I got an email later that was like, yeah, you made it. You can join, but pay us $4,000 or whatever. I was like, nah.
That's the rub.
I'll still go to the shows.
You're
love
like,
the
so
Groundlings.
I'm good enough for me to give you $4,000 every month?
Right. And I would have loved it. I really feel I kind of like regret it a little bit, but not really. At that time, I didn't have the money.
It is money. I mean, and I didn't mean to denigrate. Like, they have to accept you. You have to be good enough to at least. So it is a cool thing that happened for you. But so now you're doing kind of the same thing in Marinette. You're in all the shows at Theater on the Bay. You're so funny in those. What is your venture there with comedy? Is it sketch? Is it improv?
Yeah, so it's so hard to describe because it's closer to one of the tentpole shows that I kind of tell people what it's like. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about. You might actually know because your good friend Tom Lennon was a regular on the Taylor Tomlinson show after midnight.
Yeah.
So that is like we're like 50% after midnight. So like buzz in with your funny stuff because like in the area of Marinette, Menominee, one of my goals was there's not a whole lot of comedians. There's not a whole lot of people that can just like tell jokes. I can barely do that. Like I got accepted into the Groundlings school, but I didn't like go through it.
Right.
I can't improv in front of people for 2 hours. I can't do that.
Most really good improvers can't do that. That's a tall order.
Right.
Yeah.
So like my whole thing was like, how do we get comedy going in an area where it feels like it's ripe? It's ready to go.
Yeah.
There's none of it happening. There's one guy that I know that kind of goes through the area named Bub Ellison. And he's great, but there's not a whole lot of, there's nothing else happening that's like regular. And the theater was kind of looking at it, and I had a little bit of a reputation through the theater of being like the funny guy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? It's time, but how do I make this show that works? So I was like, let's make it sort of sketch, sort of improv, kind of buzz in and be funny kind of thing. And so I pulled together a group of, there's somewhere between 8 and 12 of us. It kind of changes depending on the meeting, that like put the show together. And the goal is every show is different. So we put people through like mini games, and some of them are buzzing, and a lot of it's weird, and a lot of it is like audience participation. In our test show, and your daughter, for the audience who doesn't know, Kate, Pete's daughter, was in our like focus group test show.
Yeah,
she was one of 3 contestants. She actually won the show.
That's hilarious.
But it was very, very fun. It was a very, very fun time. And we're having our second show on February 13th.
Where is that going
at
to
the
be?
Spirit House in Menominee.
Oh, that's a great space.
Oh, it's my favorite. Absolutely.
I love what they did. It's an old
yes. It's an old
right?
funeral home, and April, who runs the Spirit House, shout out to April, absolutely crushes it. Every single event that they have there, it sells out like gangbusters. If you can fit maybe 70 people in that room if you're shoulder to shoulder, which is just about right. And we've talked about other venues and like where could we go, like River's Edge, this restaurant, or Embers, or even at the theater. And it's just like, no, we really want to have alcohol.
Yeah.
And like 2, I like what the Spirit House brings.
That's so funny.
So it's
that's a great space though. 70 people or 60, like just keeping it small and intimate.
There's been very few things that I've seen, like events that they have there that don't just sell out.
I will say, Sam, one of my regrets, and I love Marinette. I love living there. It's a very easy place to live. The people are wonderful, but I wish there was more stuff like that to do.
Yes.
And I say that having missed Christmas on the Bay, which is a great event, but I just get so focused, and then sometimes I don't want to leave the house or whatever. But I love that you're doing that there.
Yeah, it's. I would say it's. That picture is.
That's
great.
All right, if you're watching on the stream, that's my daughter Kate, who is playing a waitress in. Is it? Oh, that was Clue.
She was playing the maid. Yeah,
or the maid.
She was playing the French maid in Clue, and I was playing Mr. Green. And that was a scene where we got scared, and I jumped into her arms.
You jumped into her arms.
And we had this look, and it's a famous photo that's up at the theater now.
That's great.
They printed it out. I'm like really close to stealing it every time
I'm going to send Kate a link to this because she's has the flu in her dorm room right now, so she'll love to see that. Terry Barr listening says, "Time to take the band around the states." Sam, thanks to Pete for introducing us. That's Terry Barr.
Yeah.
From
Bar Band Fridays.
Radio. Yeah, Bar Band Fridays.
We gotta connect.
She's a big fan as well. So we're all fans here at Civic Media of Radio for Pets. So all right, so you're having your first show in February at the Spirit House. Yes. You guys have a website or anything?
We have a Facebook. We're called are you ready for this?
Yeah.
We're called Please Laugh.
Okay.
Which we're very excited about.
Nothing wrong with a little pandering.
You know, we got it from that old Jeb Bush meme, where he was in this talk down in Florida.
Yeah.
And the audience, he said a joke and the audience was dead silent. And then he goes, "Please clap." It's a famous little thing. And I was like, what if we just did the same thing but laugh? And it works on so many levels because we're not necessarily comedians. It might be funny. It might not be funny. Who knows? So we're super excited. I love the name so much. We have a lot of weird merch. Actually, I think I have a gift for you. I'll see if I can find it.
You got a gift for me?
I'll see if I can find it in the break. I think I left it in my jacket.
Okay.
But yeah.
There's no payola going on here or anything. He didn't bribe his way into the show, Conrad. So you don't need to go run back to everybody at Civic Media and go, check out what Schwaba's running down here.
He's getting buttons.
It's a button.
It's a button.
As long as you didn't spend too much, Sam. All right, Sam Wargula is my guest. He is part of Radio for Pets, a great band. Where can people find your music?
Oh, boy. You can find, I believe we have 5 songs that you can find pretty much anywhere that you can find music. We're called Radio for Pets. And just be looking for us early next spring.
You guys sing that song I like so much, Come On, Feel the Noise?
Yeah, that's us. That's us, yeah. We also have Sweet Emotion.
Wait a minute, it's not? I was trying to do a little improv thing there with you.
See, I can't do it. I can't.
Good luck, Sam. No. So you said you had a game you wanted to play here.
Oh, boy.
What is this? Are you going to try to stump me, or is this
I have a couple of ideas. How much of an actor are you feeling right now? Do you want to do just...
I'm always ready to go, buddy. Sometimes I'm on my way to the parking garage. Someone will stop me in the street and go, all right, act off.
Let's start with an easy one. Can we get Conrad in on this?
Yeah.
Conrad, you want to play a game?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you...
He's begging for someone to...
This is almost word for
ask
word.
Him a question.
Some of these examples that we have are exactly ripped from our first episode, our first performance at the Spirit House. Okay, we're going to do a couple of these. We only got a little bit of time. So I'll give you an easy one to start. First person to answer with the correction wins the point, right? So basically, I'm going to tell you a famous quote.
Okay.
Correct the quote.
Okay.
One small step for Mennonites, one giant leap for mankind.
So
one small step for man.
Man, yeah, correct. Next
but
quote.
were we supposed to ding in
Ding in, yeah, if you want.
Oh.
Yeah, or just say the word. Just say the word you need.
There's only one bell now, so.
So I'm probably going to get to it faster than Conrad from running around. No, but
yeah.
All right, so we'll just jump in.
Yeah, just jump in, yeah.
Okay.
Smoke meat every day.
It's smoke weed every day.
You don't know that one, Pete?
I don't know that one.
Snoop Dogg. I don't know if that's Snoop. Actually,
I smoke a ton of weed, so I'm surprised I didn't get that.
I have a feeling we're not in Menacani anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Kansas, yeah. You're a huge disappointment, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Wizard, yeah.
What's that? Was that
Harry Potter?
No, I'm
Harry
not going to ever. Listen, all I do is smoke weed and watch Harry Potter, and I still miss both of those. So
I'll give you a couple more. This is one of my favorite ones. This one was written by my friend Ian. Shout out to Ian if you're listening.
I love this game.
The name's Balls. James Balls.
James Bond. That's going to be Lance. Hey, when we come back on, play the Lance Barber thing.
Good.
You'll get a kick out of this.
I did not have a timeshare with that woman.
I did not have
An affair? No.
Sexual relations.
Sexual relations.
You're going Clinton.
Yeah. We're going Clinton.
All
Yeah.
right. Sam Margula is here. We'll have a few more minutes with Sam. He'll help us close the show down. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. We are coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Just another night, another vision of love. You feel joy, you feel pain, 'cause nothing will be the same. Just another night, it's all that it takes to understand the difference between lovers and fake. So baby, I talk to you in the night, in your dream of love so true.
Keeping you connected to your local community with real news and great conversation. Here's Terry Barr with the Civic Media Radio Network.
If you've ever looked around Lambeau Field and thought, wow, good-looking crowd. Well, science agrees with you. A new study, of course, there's research on everything these days, but this one from sports site Pickwise uses a golden ratio rule. It measures several things, including fans' facial symmetry, to determine which NFL teams have the best-looking fans. If you love the Packers, you're going to love this. Green Bay backers earn an attractiveness score of a little more than 82%. It's just behind the Saints, Steelers, and Cardinals supporters. Okay, now if you're keeping track of rivalries, Chicago Bear fans finished way down the list, 6th from the bottom according to the study. So if someone calls you a good-looking Packers fan, you can say, I have proof. Thanks. Until next time, I'm Terry Barr.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
You are listening to your local Civic Media radio station on air. Thank you. Did you know we are always streaming on TuneIn and the Civic Media app too? And if you miss a show or game, find it wherever you get your podcasts or on our website, civicmedia.us.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Hey, this is Lance Barber, and you're listening to Nightlight with Pete Schwaballs.
We are in the middle of playing Sam's game here. We'll get back to that. We've got a steady Eddie text here. He says, Pete, my 3 favorite characters in a Christmas movie or TV special: Scrooge, played by George C. Scott in A Christmas Carol; George Bailey, played by Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life; Charlie Brown, played by himself in a Charlie Brown Christmas. Steady Eddie. Great work, Steady Eddie. Thank you, buddy. Hey, Con, I missed a text. Can you find that text? Somebody said something about Charlie Brown. There it is. Never mind. Melissa from Willie Street. I didn't want to leave out Melissa. She says, Linus from Charlie Brown Christmas. He was always the voice of reason. Very well done, Melissa. Thank you. Great stuff. Thank you for your text, everybody. Thank you to Matt Doherty. Good luck with the snowshoe race tomorrow. That sounds excruciating. James Ronde, thank you for making the popcorn pick of the week. And Sam, we've still got a few more minutes with Sam here, but thank you for all of your texts and calls. Always more fun when you guys participate. Tomorrow night on the show, we have a young judo champ, Ilian Hoskins, will be here. Ilian's like 13 or 14, and he can take all three of us.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Without a doubt. We'll have Ilian on tomorrow at 5:35. Then we've got a little Bear-Packer talk. It's going to be a little adversarial, folks. I promise I'll keep my cool. I hope Conrad can keep his. We've got Gray Gunderson and Parker Olson and Dom Lee. Dom is going to be on my side. Dom and I are both native Chicagoans, and the rest, the other three, including Conrad, will be arguing the Packers case. So that could be fun. You guys could get in on that tomorrow. Well, actually, we're pre-recording it.
I mean, we could still answer questions afterwards.
We could. So send us your Bear-Packer questions, folks. We'll break it down for you. And then Terry Bauer, it's a bar band Friday night. That's tomorrow night on Nightlight. All right, so Sam.
Yeah.
Do you have more questions, or did we pass?
I can take you through a whole nother game, or I got about 10 more of those quotes if you want them.
You got about 4 minutes.
You want a harder acting game, or do you want to just do some more quotes?
You lay it on us. We are ready for anything.
This is a really fun one that we had some of our theater friends run through.
Okay.
So basically, what's going to happen, Pete? We're gonna show off your acting chops. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Your quote. I'm gonna give you a quote, and I want you to say it.
All right.
And just say it straight, and then I'm gonna give you a direction, and I want you to say that same quote with this new direction. Does that make sense?
You got it.
We're gonna do this over and over again.
Bring it.
So your quote is, "I'm king of the world."
I'm king of the world.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
But give me a little more.
King of the world.
Oh boy, you're not gonna like this next one. Give me a little more.
I'm king of the world.
Beautiful. Now do it with jazz hands.
I'm king of the world.
Now do it like you're in a soap opera.
I'm king of the world.
That was pretty good. I felt something there. I felt
the
it.
best I can
like,
here, Sam.
Yeah.
Give Conrad some of these.
Conrad, you want a king of the world?
No, I do not.
How about like it's your dirty little secret?
Say that.
Say I'm king of the world like it's your dirty little secret.
I'm the king of the world.
Then you just make that face
this
after.
right, Sam?
You're doing this.
Would the groundlings have kicked me out on the street by now?
I have no idea. I never entered. I got two more.
Okay.
Like you ate the wrong dessert at Snoop Dogg's birthday party.
I thought that green stuff was a salad.
That works.
Because the weed, right? Get it?
That's what we were going for. Yeah.
Nothing. You guys are sitting there looking at me
like you're a professional wrestler delivering a monologue.
What's the monologue?
Doesn't matter. You're a wrestler.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, I come here to bury Caesar, not to praise him. How's that?
That was great. But then you got to say, I'm king of the world.
Oh, I'm still doing that
You're
line?
still doing the line, yeah.
And I'm the king of the world.
and that's the whole bit. Usually we have three guests on stage.
Okay.
And
they
each
get
given
into it?
a different direction. It's like so-and-so did this, and now I want you to do it more.
Dude, this is so fun. I am definitely coming to your show at the Spirit House.
Yeah, tickets.
And I am going to get so drunk.
Tickets available this coming week. Hopefully this Monday coming up.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, we're hoping to sell out again. But make sure you get your tickets right away. We sold out pretty early last time.
How much are the tickets for you to comp me?
For me to come? How many buttons worth of...
Listen, I like the button, Sam, but no, I'm kidding. So you got a couple more questions? We can squeeze a couple in for Con. I like when Conrad's involved too.
Well, let's see. I can take you through some more quotes.
All right.
Let's see what I got here.
Yeah, quotes.
So correct this quote.
Okay.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give to charity.
A damn.
Easy.
Yeah.
Point.
Would you have gotten that one, Con?
I don't think so.
Conrad's like, I'm barely listening.
This is going to be a harder one. I'm just Steve Irwin standing in front of a stingray asking him to love her.
Oh, yeah. What is that? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a boy standing in front of a girl.
Oh, I'm just a boy
very
standing
close.
in front of a girl. Okay.
That's very close.
Deep down, I just want to be a girl. Okay.
That's why they call them crushes. If they were easy, they'd call them yo mom.
Conrad's Googling.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If they were easy, they'd call them something else. I honestly don't know where that quote is from.
They
One of my people wrote that one.
Was it a crush? Did you say crushes?
They call them something else. I don't know.
call him something.
Here's an easy one.
Okay.
Float like a balloon, sting like a scorpion.
Butterfly, baby. No,
All right.
wait. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Sting like a bee. Yes.
Okay.
All right. I got two of my favorite ones here.
All right. Let's try to get through two.
You think the gay community is your ally? You merely adopted the gay community. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see a heterosexual couple until I was already a man. Until then, but by then, it was nothing but blinding. This is from The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, wow. All right. I think we...
you think the darkness
You got a
is your
really
ally.
quick one?
I got a quick one. Okay. We'll have sexual relations with that bridge when we come to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll have sexual relations with that dog when we come to it.
Oh, my God.
That's a quote.
That's a quote from who?
I don't know. I just
pervert.
made that one up. That was the switch.
Thanks, Sam. This was fun. Thank you for being here
what
in
a quote
person
to end on.
and really just alerting the FCC to us. Okay. Sam Wargala, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Radio for Pets. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.